First, I want to give a shout out to all my fellow Pisceans out there. Gang, you already know we in the build done. Also, I want to give a shout out to all my two twos and my three threes and my two twos and my three threes and my 777s. And shout out to any other angelical numerical numbers that I may have forgot to mention. Also, want to thank everybody for coming out to support the channel. Thank you. And those of you that are new, welcome to the channel. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell notification to be notified of my upcoming videos and content. And we're going to jump right in. Okay, so going to be talking about Pisces illusions and the illusions that frustrate others. I'm going to give y'all some examples. Now, I want to clarify one thing before I actually go into tonight's topic is I seen some crazy, what was that? I seen some crazy messages in the I'm not sure what it was, where it was at. Oh yeah. It was on the post, okay. And I like I said, I removed the person, I already hid the person from my channel so they won't be commenting any more negative Nancy negative Nancy replies, okay? In other words, this is not a piggyback channel. Just so anybody like say if someone feels like that, it's not a piggyback channel, okay? I don't piggy. For those of you that been here since day one, what's going on, Misty? How you doing? Yeah, you know, crazy. The person that wrote it, they tried to make it sound all like positive, but they were being condescending, sarcastic. So, like I say, this is not a piggyback channel. I don't piggyback off nobody. So, no. Yeah. So I'm gonna block and calling and calling and calling. So, yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. So that's the thing here. Let me see. Missy says, sorry you go through anything. I'm here tonight. People be horrible. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I feel like it's a lot of people that don't have nothing nice to say. And they know that maybe, like I always said this before, like no one thought this channel would be something. No one, like, you understand, like, if you start something, a lot of people don't even like know. No one really knows. I mean, shit, it's just a channel, but people think that, oh, you know, they got their you know, speculative opinions, where it's like, oh, they think that you know, if like what people were like, put it like, okay, I guess what they were trying to accomplish is they felt that the what was that? They try to say that my content is not original. Okay, first off, I don't understand even what that means, because it's like, bro, everything, even what I'm talking about tonight, this is a totally informative video, okay? It's like we're live. No one talks about the illusions that a Pisces comes with. So many different illusions. A Pisces can literally draw like more than one illusion. And I'm just putting y'all up on game about when this happens. Now you'll know why you're doing it. It's like every time you respond to somebody, it's like an illusion. It's not an illusion like you're trying to fool someone. It's like when you say things, for instance, let's say someone is talking to you and then mid-sentence you say to them like, yo, you should know. That's like an illusion, because it's like, what do you mean I should know? See, this would be called a perception illusion. See, but it's like a person that is completely, you know, let's say they don't understand you and they're just basically, you know, trying to get you upset. See, and it's like you didn't even know, like they don't even know what you're saying, but they're getting highly upset about it. And it's like, yo, mid sentence, you're like, yo, I'm not gonna explain it. You're basically like, you should know, and that can be a perception illusion there. And a lot of times people still think you should always explain things when you really don't have to. And it's like, only reason I'm even drawing the line and even saying what this person said is because, they're, that's okay. Here's the thing. There's a lot of other couple people said some weird shit. Like, someone else said something like, oh, if your content isn't original or something, us Pisces will just swim away. Like, bro, really? Now you're hating on the mere fact that, okay, I've always made my channel about Pisces since the beginning of time, since I even started my damn channel. When I first released Why People Don't Like Pisces, boom, I've already done that already. So people are probably just now finding me and they think I'm just now, like I just came out of my behind with this info. Like, no. And then was who else? It was another person that said something. Uh, oh yeah, if you're quiet, oh, I'll still be able to, even if you're quiet, I can still figure you out. No, you can't. You can't you can't figure out someone that's quiet, bro. Nobody can, bro. That's the whole point why I said in silence is the most powerful hidden power a person can bear to have. So like you gotta understand, like if a person is in your house that said absolutely nothing, almost if you forgot they were home. It's a reason if someone's too quiet, you don't know what to expect. You don't even know if that person is in the room. See, until they make noise. And like I say, to me, it's like you can't figure out someone if you could try, but why would you? Here's the thing. Some people that are quiet, it's like imagine you're in a you're in a ocean and there's like those something, a barrier, like boundaries blocking you from getting to a specific part of the ocean, if that makes sense. Or some type of, not a beacon, but like just things that are just in the water blocking. You can't just easily just go to the next section of the freaking ocean. See, it's like you don't even see those little boundaries until you get close up on them and you realize one's there because they don't make noise. See, it's like, so that lets you know you have to have silence in order to keep people from even knowing things, and then once they come across it, they'll see it. You don't even have to explain it. You don't have to explain, oh yeah, I put this here to keep you from getting across. Like, come on, bro. It's like you're basically saying, oh yeah, I can figure you out and I can make you talk and I know exactly how you are. Hmm. And you think there's no boundaries to that person being, you think they're just being quiet and just think that being quiet alone with no boundaries, then you think, oh, you could just help yourself to them and just start to figure them out. No, you can't, bro. Nobody's gonna be quiet just for quiet sake, if that makes sense. There's always gonna be you're gonna trip over a boundary that they set because that person does not want to talk to you. People are so, like I say, people are weird as fuck, bro. People are so freaking weird to the point where when you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Okay. So that's why I say, like, it's one thing to say, "Oh, I don't f with your channel, dude. Hey, I don't like what you make." And hey, that's cool, bro. I'm not gonna stop. But you can find another damn channel to watch if you don't like nothing that I ever said. Hey man, go ahead and find something that you like. I mean, I don't know what to say, but like I say, if you keep on spamming those damn negative comments, I'm gonna delete them. So it's not like, oh, like I don't want to read that shit. If I keep seeing them, I'm just gonna they'll block you from the damn channel anyway. So it's like that was my whole point of even saying that. But anyway, yeah, yeah, okay. So Christopher Johnson said pure Scorpio. Said pure Scorpio. I love Pisces women, but they are swimming away types. Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, there's definitely swimming away types. Is like I say, going back to going back to the illusion. See, she can give you the illusion as if she's gonna that, or let's say she can give you the illusion like she's gonna swim away, but really she's looking for something in particular. That if that makes sense. So it's like you got to be that person that she's looking for. Because if you're not, she's not going to like half-ass. She's not going to half-ass it. Uh, gets put somebody in her life that she doesn't want. It's almost like with a Scorpio woman. She'll stick around. She'll be somewhat social, but it's almost like it's a whole lot of buts. It's like, yeah, only if she's getting her way, or only if like she feels that she has control or leverage in the situation. Um, and I just went through that too because me and us that's okay. So me and that same Scorpio girl that we had a bad experience. I tried to squash it because her Pisces man, me and him got back cool after I basically told him like, yo, you gotta stop with all the reckless snide comments that he was always making. I said, yo, you gotta chill out with that. Cause I don't play with those, I don't play with that, like those type of words, like calling somebody mother effer constantly and just saying like, oh, get your, just reckless speech or whatnot. But he stopped doing it and we became cool again. And then all of a sudden his Scorpio wife, I guess she just started like, she said she told him that she hated my guts and whoop de woo. And I just ended up talking to her and I said, yo, I didn't even, what's crazy? I didn't even give her give her a chance to explain herself. All I said to her was, you know what, whatever happened, I'm over it. And hopefully we could continue, we can move forward. That's all I said. Boom. Then she said, oh, I don't have an issue with, I'm good. I don't have an issue. Cool. But do y'all think I believed her? Nope. Nope, not for 1 second. Remember, okay, I did a video about this. I said, bro, if somebody, okay, you got people that say, how can I say this? It's like if somebody says they hate you, right? And that happened about a few days ago. Hate is a strong word, okay? So it's like there's a lot of emotion there, negative, feelings. If a person says, "Oh, you're good," after you've communicated with them about it somewhat, and they say, "Oh, we're good," I don't trust that shit. I'm just me. I don't trust it because it's too quick and it's too. It's like, how can I? It just I feel like that's done to make you put your guard down. If that makes sense. See, because you know what it does. People do that. They call that a chin checkup. It's like they do that just to see if you'll get relaxed after they basically like, oh, we're good. They're looking for that, like that whole like, okay, we're good, we're not enemies. Like, but remember, I said it's better to be hated than loved because you never want someone to to get that in their mind that, oh, he's relaxed because I said we're good. Like, they're still watching you. They're still looking for those little vulnerable cues to see if they like have you relaxed. Because Scorpio, mm-mm. Scorpio is more calculated. They're more like, oh, I'm gonna sting you. I'm gonna get you back, and I'm gonna sting you. I'm gonna make sure I can get you good. Like, so, even if it wasn't like something that you necessarily started, and as petty as it could be, they can still have that type of vengeance in their heart towards you. This is a sign that holds grudges, even if it's like something petty, just for just the mere fact, just because they felt slighted. So that's when she said, "Oh, we're good." And now you know what I said to myself? I said, "Well, we're good for now." That's the best way to put it. So I don't walk away from her thinking that we're good, for good. No, we're good for now. See, we're good for now. Always leave a little room of uncertainty because you never know when your enemy is going to strike again just because they see you, in plain view sight. Because why do I say this? Because of deception, bro. Deception is like always present. See, and we call that the facade. The facade is the mask. It belongs to Scorpio. Scorpio wears the mask. They wear it at its best. They put on that. They're good at putting a facade up that everything's all good. Oh, I don't have no ill will intent, and you can't fall for that, bro. That it all it takes is a little triggering. All it takes is a little bit of disagreement, and she's back fuming again. It's like, yeah, till I step on your shoes, then your whole damn, emotion changes. So, what do y'all think? Let me see. Misty said, yeah, Scorpio. Let me see. Christopher said body language can also give away someone. Yeah, but see, I believe that too. But at the same time, remember that body language can change, can be done intentionally, selectively. See, and why I say that is because people are so good at doing, putting on performances to get you to perceive something different than what you would have perceived, if that makes sense. That's why I don't trust body language, bro. I don't trust anything because I'm gonna tell you what you have to. Only thing you can trust is consistency, bro, and that takes days to weeks to probably even months. If you see if you see a squirrel do the same routine for the what, probably not in the same way because that's unrealistic, but just the mere fact of him getting up on the tree, trying to build a home, running around where, whatever threat you don't see it as, you're like, okay, he's just getting up on the tree, doing his daily little, routines. Boom. He did it for 3 days. I trust his behavior that, yeah, he's not up to nothing. But as you mentioned, body language, it's the same thing. We're probably saying the same thing. I look at behavior, but on a consistent scale, not just, oh, you do it in front of me one time and then you think you got me one over. Nope. Because listen, a person can fool you in a heartbeat. Oh, I'm good. I have no issue with you. No, no way. I'm over that. I never even, then their ego lies. Oh, I didn't even know why we were fighting in the first place. I didn't even know what the argument was about. Wasn't even mad at all. No, you're lying. See? Now when they add that on there, now I know you're still mad. See? Because now you're trying to convince me. See? And you're trying to do it with words other than actions over a period of time. Now, another thing is let me see. Misty said and Pisces and Scorpio can be best friends. Each got to be high vibing or toxic in one way or another. Yeah, I feel like with is Scorpio doesn't respect anything that's easy. See, they don't respect anything that's predictable. Like today, his Scorpio wife, we were all on a three-way call, right? And she wanted to talk to her Pisces husband about something, I guess that she wanted privacy. So she said, "Oh, Trey, can you like give us like 45 seconds and we'll call you back?" She pulled one of those moves, which I saw it as a little bit being like kind of a prioritized situation, which they are married. Okay, cool. But damn, I felt like, like to me it was like, why is she always trying to run shit? Only because I looked at the way that she said that because we were already into it before. See, it's like, and like remember I said, people test you to see if they can get you to do things like inadvertently, like, oh, hey, give us 45 seconds to talk. I said, okay, you can have, this is what I said. Hey, this is not what I said, but this is what I did. 45 seconds, and you just want to just, hey, oh, Trey, 45 seconds for me to talk to him about something. Bro, I think in the moment, in the instant, that quick, she was looking for a reaction. But I said no. I hung the phone up. Boom. 20 seconds later, they call. What do you think I did? I didn't answer the phone. Nope. And tell you why I didn't answer the phone. Because anytime somebody, bro, that wasn't, do you really think she said something very important to him in 20 seconds? No. That was just a test to see if she could get me. That was they call that a control test. She was trying to test me to see, oh, because we squashed it. Oh, are you gonna be my little stooge and just tell you what to do in 45 seconds for us and this? I said no. I don't even want you to even think for one chance that you think you got any hold on me. So what I did was didn't answer the phone. See? Do 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 do. Like, nope. Now that's signal, oh, uncertainty. Wait a minute, is he mad at me? Oh, he didn't answer the phone right away. Did I offend him? This is where I want her to be off balance. This is why I tell people always do things that are unpredictable to people because people test you subconsciously. They're trying to like see if they can manipulate, control, or just fool you. And think about it. What could you say in 20 seconds that's so goddamn secretive? What can you possibly say in 20 seconds? I love you? Oh, you didn't want me to hear that? Bullshit. Think about it. It's more, do you guys see what I'm saying? Like, it'll be more believable. Like, yo, give us, let us call you back in a little while or something. Give a da 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 da. I need to talk to him about something important. We don't even have to explain. Just, hey, we'll call you back. Boom. That would have been a little bit more believable. But 20 seconds? No. Mm-mm. That sounds like either it was about me. I believe that. I believe that. I believe that very much. See, because we already had run-ins already. See, you gotta understand, like, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you because I used to be just like you, some of you, that you soon as someone says hey, we're good, we're cool. After we just had fallen out, right? I begin to learn that people say that, but they don't mean it. That's the difference. It's almost like when you were a kid and your mother saw you and your cousin or your friend fighting and you guys, you know, couldn't stop. And then all of a sudden someone intervened and said, hey, hey, stop, stop, stop. And then it's like, oh, you guys got to get over this. You guys got to get, you guys are friends and, trying to mediate and get you guys cool again. Then it's like one person just says, you know what, I'm sorry. And then the other person's like, yeah, I'm sorry. Like they're not really serious. They're just trying to, get the mother out of there thinking that everything's all good. But the person that is the person that is struggling to say sorry, you can't trust it. See, because if they sorry is not even a freaking shouldn't even be a word. Be honest with you. You did what you did, and hey, don't even tell me you're not gonna do it again, because I know you just did it. So what would you even trap yourself with those type of words is to me is stupid, right? But anyway, yeah, that's the thing. Let me see. What's going on? Go Diego, go. Board Avlish said, I'm taking the meanest shit right now. This stinks really bad. I sat down and my hey, I ain't we call that's not a poop. I mean, that's not even a freaking when an explosion, Brody, that's a shard. We call that sharding, bro. And I remember I ate Taco Bell one night, bro, and I did exactly that. But yeah. Anyway, the thing about it is this is the thing, I say this because like you just got to be careful. People, not everybody that says I'm sorry really means it. See, actions over a particular period of time will be more, more believable than just them simply saying I'm sorry. Now, the funny thing is, yesterday I was talking to a Capricorn woman, right? And I actually broke it down to her, and I was trying to do it somewhat, not vulnerable. And I said, "Hey, um, yo, I really like you." And I was like, "Hey, we talked about like, the therapy situation, and I think that's something that we can work together on." And I was like, "Yo, we can like hang out, take, walks on the beach." And then you know what she did, bro? And I like this is why how can I say this, bro? This is why men don't approach, bro. I mean, like, even though I had already been talking to her, right? But I was just trying to like give her a glimpse, honestly, like in a transparent way, like honestly, like, yo, we can do more than just therapy. That's all I was saying. So as I'm telling her this, she laughed at me. Okay. And she did one of those laughs where she literally got off the phone and like put me on mute and was like really cracking up. And then when she got on the phone, she turned the mute thing. I know because I've done this to people before. So, whoop de whoop. I'm not dumb. Then she got back on the phone and was like, "Wait, what did you say now?" Tried to sound serious again. And I said, "Wait a minute, were you laughing?" And then she was like, then she busted out like cracking up. And I'm like, "You thought that was funny?" I said, she was like, "Yeah, because you said it like that, like, walk on the beach and like, oh, you like me." And I'm like, "Bro, like you really," in my mind, I'm looking at her like you're that freaking like you're not even real, bro. Like you so freaking like fake that you laugh because someone actually said, "Yo, I think we're, I really like you." We've been having these deep conversations anyway, so I mean, but she didn't know one thing about me. I drew the illusion. See, listen, bro, when you draw the illusion, bro, people don't know whether to take you serious, but guess what? They don't know that you're taking them serious. And then here's the thing. Why do you think I even allow myself to be somewhere vulnerable? Because remember, I told you guys, being vulnerable is powerful because look, why I appear to show myself weak and more of what receiving, when she thought I was receiving, I was really absorbing. See, so now the mask dropped, boom. She started laughing because she thought it was funny. So I was like, I did the, what's so funny? Oh my God, I feel hurt. Like, that's how you feel about me? Even though I'm really trying to see her true emotions about me. Then she said, "Well, I'm confused because you said that you wanted to like do business with me." I said, "Damn, just like a typical Capricorn, bro. Like, is that all you ever think about is business? God damn, can you have fun for a fucking change like a damn hey, can you have fun for once? Like, damn, is that all you like want?" So in my mind, she's like, "Oh, well, I thought we were just, we were gonna be business partners. And you mentioned the therapy thing. You never said anything about like dating me or anything, like." And then she acted like dating was something that she's just not really into. She's like, "I really don't know if that's gonna even be doable. Like you said you wanted to be on my roster, and like we agreed to that. So now I'm like, okay, ego, 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 ego." But then I said, that's where I want her. I want her in her ego. See? So I said, yeah, that I started getting excited because now I'm like, as long as she's in her ego and while she's in her ego, she doesn't know what I'm on, cool. So what I did was I said, hey, are you gonna, you gonna be around tomorrow? And then she's like, maybe. She's see, because now she thinks like, oh, I'm like fully in tune or fully interested. So I said, you gonna be around tomorrow? Maybe. I'm not sure yet. I said, oh, okay. Well, I said, well, just you get come around, just give me a holler. But here's the thing. Soon because I have moon in Aquarius. So what I do is that soon as I said that, bro, I'm on to the next female, bro. Like what I did that to make her think that, oh, he's all into me just to what? Not contact her, bro. I didn't hit her up at all today. See, because remember I said keep her off balance. See, you don't want a person to think, oh, once you see their emotions, they think, oh, you're all into me and whoopty woo. Then what you do is you break away. See that? You break away, and what that does is that person that you thought they had you figured out in that moment glance, only to realize, damn, he must not be as interested as I thought because she was in her ego. See that? And the thing about it, here's the important thing. She didn't even see that I dissolved all her boundaries, bro. Just by me, see, the whole thing is I acted vulnerable. Boom. Soon as I acted vulnerable, she showed her true hand, bro, by laughing, bro. Now, here's the thing. If a person laughs, it doesn't always mean for a bad reason. Sometimes that shows weakness. Sometimes people laugh when they get nervous. And the because she put it on mute, she couldn't just laugh. That let me know she doesn't want to show her true emotion. She doesn't want she's trying to put on this serious front, if that makes sense, 24/7. But hide the fact that she actually has this side to her. So I said, cool. But I want to know more about the side you're not showing. See? So now I know I have to trigger you in such a way. Now your ego has to take some hits in order for you to show this other side. See? And what other way than no other way? Hey, don't respond. Go a couple days without contact. No, no, hey, maybe let 2, 3 days go by. See? Now, we call this hook, the bait. You drop a couple little bites of bait over a 3-day span, boom. If she comes back with a different attitude, then she might just be interested. But guess what? She doesn't come back. You just saved yourself. Take a pat on the back. You just saved yourself some time, some good time. See that? That's why I tell people with Pisces, bro, which ties into tonight's topic. Pisces draws so many illusions, bro, right at on so many illusions, bro. Because today, the Scorpio woman, her husband today, he had a shitload of bad news for me this morning. And he was telling me how, like, all these bad things happened to him. And then I just said one thing. I said, well, damn, dude. I said, damn, are you sad today? And he's like, yeah, man, I'm not having a good day, bro. And he said, yo, you're like my only bud, bro. And I said, okay, don't do that. Cause I'm like, bro, don't try to manipulate my emotions, bro. Cause this is what you fail to realize with me. I know how to not absorb your emotions to make them my own. If that makes sense, a lot of Pisces struggle with this. So as he's saying he's sad, guess what I'm doing? Hey, I'm maintaining and remaining happy. I'm not going to be sad because you're sad. See, I'm not going to have my day dampered because your day's dampered. So what I did was I said, dude, I was trying to make him feel better. Like, yo, why don't you do this? Suggesting things. Why don't you do this? And he was getting even more upset. because he couldn't make me join him in his misery. See that? As I was suggesting things to him, he started saying like, "Oh, are you sped up, bro? Why are you saying he's getting upset? Like, why are you saying that, bro? What do you mean?" I'm like, "Bro, listen. I know you're upset, but dude, you got to change your energy, bro. You're channeling your energy in a destructive, self-destructive manner." I said, "Bro, listen." And then he calls us. See, this is the funniest thing ever. Then he calls his Scorpio wife. Like she's gonna make it even better. I'm like, bro, you really finna be in the pits of hell talking to her. Like, bro, you don't know how to actually get around the right people when you actually need support. That makes sense. Let me see. Let me see. Nikki Nicole says Scorpios don't tickle my feathers. I have too many bad experiences with them. Always the Taco Bell. Yeah, facts. Yeah, that's the Scorpio. It's to me, it's this thing. It's I can't say okay, how can I say it without sounding okay, so with Scorpio, it's just like I don't have anything personal against them. But I do realize something that is different, very different between a Pisces and a Scorpio. And what I've known to do is be more aloof. Okay. To be more aloof when I'm dealing with them. Kind of like having one ear in and then one ear out to where I don't like chat them up, if that makes sense. I don't, if I'm in a conversation with them, I don't chat them up. I don't ask them questions. I don't include them in whatever it is that I'm conversing about. See, unless they ask me a question, whether or not I feel it's appropriate, because sometimes they try to get information. When they do ask you questions, they're trying to like, instead of hearing you speak, they're more like trying to get information on you. Like, and I feel like that you shouldn't do when especially Capricorn does the same thing. Like Capricorn tries to observe you and wants to figure you out. See, because that's what the Capricorn woman did to me. And she's asking me questions because she said, she said to this day, I don't even know like what you're thinking about. I don't even know what you want. Like, what do you even want? Like from me, or like what's really on your mind? And I'm like, I said, well, damn, I can't be somewhat of a mystery. Like you trying to control the mere fact of you think I'm holding back. And I said, here's the thing. I said, see, I said, Capricorn, you're so, I mean, I'm not gonna say her name, but I'm just saying it like that to you guys as far as me saying Capricorn. I'm like, yo, why are you so fucking structured in the wrong freaking environments? And you can't be 24/7 structured. That makes sense. Or you can't be chained up to everything being structured to how you want it to be. I said sometimes you have to step outside of yourself, get to know new people. You know what I'm saying? To not be chained into your own routines and shit. Cause like hanging with her, I felt like it's almost like this. Just me being in the mere presence of the Capricorn that I like, right? I can feel like she's chained to some type of like way of doing things to where it's embedded in her to where all she sees is her routine, her daily routine, right? To where when I was like, yo, trying to get her to like sway or become somewhat whimsical to like, yo, different ideas and different, just different topics and whatnot. And she has those stubborn thoughts and stubborn ways where she only likes to talk about certain things. And then if something she doesn't want to talk about, if it's not something that's, making her feel good about herself, then she shuts it down. See? So basically, when I asked her a simple question about a particular thing, she just shut it down because she didn't want to talk about it. But then when I started talking about her little therapy conversations, she was all like kind of perked up to talk about those things, but wasn't flexible when it came to someone else discussing it, because then it became more like one-sided selfish conversation. Like, how can you just talk about one particular subject with what, two people present, and just only want to talk about that of which that person wants talk about? It's like, damn, dude, it's two people here. Like, so it's like, in my mind, I'm like, in order to dissolve someone that operates out of their ego most of the time, boundaries, you have to break away. See, you have to break away, because you have to see, this is the weakness of Capricorn, okay? The put it like this: Capricorn does not like for a person to abandon them, to leave them, to actually make the decision of, hey, I don't want to be around you like that. Or, hey, I got my own world, my own things that I like to do, and I'm strong enough to go in my own path if I have to, or if I choose to. So to be able to step aside and leave to go do your own thing, a lot of Capricorns are afraid of that. See, because now you're not choosing them, you're choosing your own way. See, which means, oh, you don't want to build, you don't want to build together? Fine, I'll go build over here. And it's like, oh, damn, you're going to build that without me? See, because she sees her, when she actually chooses you, she sees you as being that somebody to build with. But she has to be flexible. Like, bro, you can't always talk about shit you want to talk about. Or you can't always just like want to, you know, she wants to control your love language. Like, she wants you, 'cause this is what she told me. She said, oh, well, she said, well, why didn't you tell me this stuff earlier on? I said, well, because I said, I didn't really know if you were available. I was trying to give you your space. And then she said, well, you should have just told me. And I'm like, mm-mm, no, no. You can't control that. Like, this shows you what type of personality that people have. It's like, oh, you're the control type. See, but you should have just said that, though. If you like me, you should have just said that. You should have expressed that to me instead of beating around the bush. Nah, wasn't beating around the bush. Who said it was a bush to beat around? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, why would you assume there was a bush there for me to hide behind in the first? Is that how your mind is wired, that you think people are afraid of you? Do you think? And that let me know she's living in a world of uncertainty. That's why now it makes sense. The insecurity within her makes her feel like she needs a roster. See? Because she can't manage her emotions, if that makes sense. She can't manage things to actually, in regards to patience, to actually get to know someone without her having, full control over, whether or not they express it, or express the things that she wants them to express to her, if that makes sense. Like, how you feel. Like, bro, that's not fair. You're not telling me how you feel. You're not a damn open book either. So who cares? You got to give it time. But I didn't say no. I didn't argue with her. I've learned to let people, when people are egotistical. She told me this. She said, I'm very egotistical. So if you don't like it, I mean, I'm probably not the one to talk to. I said, well, that's that. Hey, you could listen, you could be the president of the United States. Guess what? I would still dissolve all I'd still dissolve all your boundaries. You ain't doing nothing special, but I make her think she is. That's the thing with Pisces. We'll make a person think they're actually like the toughest mother effort on earth. And you don't even understand that we allow you to feel like that only for a temporary amount of time. See? So in my eyes, I'm like, yeah, you're egotistical, okay. But I'm gonna treat you like a testicle, okay? Hey, if I have to pop one, then hey, I guess you'll be somewhere in the sheets somewhere until they get washed. But yeah, anyway, let me see here. Uh, yeah, I mean, Nikki said no drama dumping, please. That caused me to drop a friend. Yeah, facts. See, Misty said definitely I have to do that with uh attraction. Sounds nuts, but true. I don't want to get in that kind of mess. Facts that Nikki said, this Capricorn has a crush on me. Nice advice. She said I like him too, or he chases his money, but me as a Pisces with Cap rising, I understand. Yeah, that's another thing. Like she said that she's a butterfly. I said, okay, well, at first I asked her, what does that mean? She said that she's a flirt. She likes to flirt. But here's the thing, okay? She hadn't showed me any flirting whatsoever. Like the way she speaks, she sounds extremely serious. Remember I said that can be a facade? And I said, you gotta understand, here's the thing. Capricorn, yes, chases money, but they do it in some of them do it in a dishonest way, if that makes sense. Like, because their first go-to is to use someone. See, that's why when you look at the motto or slogan of a Capricorn is I use. See, so think of it like this: the more easy you make it available for them to have access to finances or your finances, you're in trouble because everything must take time. That is the lesson of Saturn. The whole depiction of the goat climbing in the first place, that is to show them that, yeah, hard work pay off. You got to put the work in. But it's a lot of Capricorn that don't want to they don't want to go through the long term, hey, just climbing to the top. See? So they capitalize off of someone else's motion, off of someone else's grind. See? And make it their own. So that's why I said, like, the problem why they can't do that, they can't use Pisces, is because Pisces is mutable, first of all. Second of all, the illusion. A Pisces can make you think that they have something you want. And then as soon as you think that, oh, I'm gonna use this Pisces for it, you fall for the illusion. So the illusion, if you really wanted to know about Tim and his construction crew, he probably was a Capricorn. Why? Because all he heard was somebody said it was gold at the end of this tunnel. Oh, damn, that Pisces said it was gold at the end of the tunnel? Well, shit, what are you waiting for? We better go over there and start digging. They're the first one to grab the shovel and start digging until they realize that we've been digging and digging and digging and digging for quite some time. The Capricorn doesn't start. They keep digging, even when everybody else stops and realizes that we ain't getting nowhere with this. We're so far away from the start that now we'll be lucky enough to get out of here alive. But guess who sacrifices their soul for this material shit? Capricorn. See? To the point where it's not even human like for them. The way they chase money is not even human like, bro. They want the richest, wealthiest shit, material shit that it's almost like, bro, you really some people don't obtain wealth until they get to a certain age, after working so hard. See, to the point where it's like you think you're gonna get all of that in a blink of an eye, and some of them do. But guess what they do for it? They sell their soul. See, so, oh, you got that Rolex, but what did you do to get it? Oh, you were a prostitute. Okay, cool. See, oh, you went in, you were giving head and doing all this crazy shit to get there. Oh, I see why you're making 80 an hour because, yeah, you've been hitting flips for the boss man. You've been letting him run trains on you and shit. See, it's like all this stuff. And guess what? This is all happening behind the scenes. Let them tell it. Oh, you wonder why they always in a suit. They always in a professional uniform, face to face. You wonder why. Oh, she's always got those dark shades on. She dresses like a businesswoman on the the one to one, but behind closed doors, she's getting in those 6-inch heels and she's hey, shaking that tail feather. And you didn't even know she had one because she hides it well, bro. That's what I'm saying with Capricorn, bro. When she laughed, I knew that, ooh, you laughed and you never laughed before. I take that as you listen, y'all know the way I took that. I took that as, oh, she broke. We call that, see, when you wear the mask, right? Remember I said the illusion outweighs a facade. Okay. We call that when a person, you put a hole in someone's mask, it reveals their real self. To where you laugh and you normally don't laugh means that you don't want me to know that you actually are like that. So when I seen her laugh, but she had to put me on mute to do it, she already fucked up, bro. She already fucked up. Then I knew her whole situation was a facade. So that's like you could try to get other people to perceive you as a businesswoman. Oh, you dress it, you look it, but then you a 304 and you out in the club shaking it behind the scenes. But you want everybody to respect you for the things that you show them according to material. See? But telling you, the illusion, bro, the illusion makes a person that is operating out of a facade visible to the whole world. The truth is revealed. So when I heard her laugh, I knew, oh, you done messed up. Because you didn't think I was watching? You don't think that I noticed that the sun hasn't come out? You haven't laughed, but oh, you laughing now? Oh, hell. Wait a minute. She broke water. She broke character that quick. And you try to hide it. So that let me know, oh, there's another person. This is why I keep telling you guys the contradiction is Capricorn. There's a different, and I always used to say this, that if you was to really look at Capricorn, you would almost be certain that they were a dual sign, bro. Because it's half sea lion. It's like the half sea lion, the little fish thingy that's in the water, right? And then they have the goat. Okay. On the surface, they want you to see them as being powerful, successful, ambitious, disciplined, all these things, right? But it's not realistic, bro, to be like that all the time, man. See? So the fish part of the Capricorn is in the water. So this is what you don't see, bro. See, you don't see that they actually have these emotions, but they don't show them because they think people won't take them serious, bro. That's what I'm saying. The weakness is behind the veil, bro. Everybody has weakness. You just got to find out where their weakness lies, bro. And the only way you're going to find out is through the illusion that you set, bro. Cuz think about it. If I drew the illusion right now and I had all this prop money and I'm on here showing wads of cash and I'm like, yo, and I got all the little diamonds in there, even if they were fake, there's somebody that's out there watching that's going to think it's all real. See? And even if they didn't F with me, they would F with me for the simple fact that I had those wads of cash, that they'll be like, yo, he's a cool person, bro. Not even knowing you. All of a sudden they become attracted to you because of what you have. Now they're loyal to you because, oh man, dude be having that money. Oh, I'm gonna associate myself with him because I want people to think I'm having money. So they'll go ahead and believe it because they see it. But they don't even understand that the facade deceived them into what? Thinking that this person was rich just because they had money in their hand, bro. See, and I always said it's what you can't see. You have to look at the person or what's behind them. Makes sense. See? So man, I'm on, bro. So what do you think when she said I was beating around the bush? It was projection. She was beating around the bush. It's cold blood. Cause that's what I was trying to figure out. I said, yo, where's the bush? I'm confused. Is it behind me or is it behind you? It's behind you. You're hiding from me because you know what I'm finna do. Remember, I said people come in three stages, bro. Like the first stage is all about impression. See, and that's why I say you can't trust the first stage. The first stage a person shows you, it's like, yeah, I'm like this, but I want you to think I'm like this. See that? So it's like, hey, I want to sell you this first. I want you to believe that this is me, the first impression, and I want to sell you on this idea. See, to change your perspective until you get to know them a little more, then you realize, oh, Johnny isn't too nice as the way he came off to be. No shit, because he was putting on an impression. It's cold blooded. See, that's why I say people has three stages of who they are, and guess what? The third stage is the real them. Oh, wait a minute. That you can't reveal that stage three until you piss them off, right? Of course. Until you piss them off, you're like, yo, how you doing, Johnny? My name's Billy Bob. Let me step on your big toe. And then he's like, oh, hey, now you're like, whoa, wait a minute. That's a different emotion than the one you presented. Oh, that's the real you. See? Okay, cool. Now, nice to meet you, angry dude. It's like, see, people angry. See, because this is the thing. They shouldn't switch up. If you're a nice person, I step on your big toe, your emotion shouldn't change. Now, shouldn't it? Oh, now I get a different emotion. Oh, it's not because of the pain. Even if you're under pain and you're a nice person, you'll say, "Oh, God darn it!" You wouldn't say the other word. What would make you do something different than that of which you're not? You don't just become a angry, frustrated person overnight. You can't do any behavior that is not you. In other words, see. But anyway, I know I'm kind of going deep with that, but it's to me, it's like I always feel like this. There's always three stages when you get to know people. Let me see. Only reason I say that because we have politicians, we have people that say stuff and then they're not even like backing up anything that they said they're gonna do. See, so you gotta always wait for them to show their true intent. See, now Misty said, I know an Aries man when younger he was going to sell his soul. He got scared of what he saw and didn't go through with it. I told him once the door is open. Let me see. Yeah. That's the thing. Some people, that's why I said they get sold on the riches and the glamour. See, people they don't sell their soul because they want to sell their soul. See, they get shown the riches and glamour of what you will get if you do it, to where it's like dangling a carrot. It's like, oh, well, you'll be rich and you have all the beautiful women in the world that you could lust after. Even if you're ugly, even if you're not attractive. Oh, because you sold your soul, you're entitled to all these, you know, things of the world, right? Then some people find that to be a very attractive, so they flock to it. See? And that's what attraction does. If you're not attracted to the right things, you'll fall for the wrong things every single time. It's like, yo, I got this flower, you know, and it's like, yo, if you see it and you like the flower, you're gonna go for it. And the crazy thing about deception and the facade is that the flower always seems to be pleasant. It always seems to be like, oh, something nice. Doesn't give off a threat when you first look at it. See, because you think it's a flower, but there's people that dress up like a flower. See, wear good perfume, and you become attracted to them, and then little did you know that was a snake the whole time. See, that's why I said the devil shows up with perfume, lipstick, cologne, nice shoes, expensive cars, expensive suits, whatever, to entice you. See, that's why I say your eyes can deceive you, your mouth can deceive you, your ears can deceive you, and your nose can deceive you. But what people can't deceive is your subconscious, your awareness. If your awareness is high, that will bump your IQ up to the roof. That'll bump your wisdom up to the roof. It'll bump your confidence up to the roof. It'll bump your patience up to the roof, to where you take a step back and you actually wait before you decide. It's like, oh, do I want to work this job? Uh, Let me take some time aside and actually do some research first. Then you begin to discover the high turnover. Then you begin to see, oh, all the problems. But had you just rushed into it, you would have been another victim. See, it's like you gotta always wait, because people that have bad intentions, they're not patient. When they want to hurry up and fool you and take advantage, this is all fast. It's reactive. It's reactive because it causes chaos, tension. See, in the first place. So it's like you wonder why when someone's going to rob someone, they got to do it ASAP. It's a reason why people get nervous by waiting too long, almost to the point where they don't want to do it anymore if they wait too long. See, it's a reason for that. Because if a person, let me tell you why. If a person doesn't hurry up and rob someone the way that they plan it, they end up robbing themselves. It's cold blooded. Because you gotta think they're in a mind state of desperation, of loss. They don't have any money. So, oh, if I'm gonna go do something, what reward is to do so? You see what I'm saying? If you don't do it now, you just robbed yourself. Because you can't get those shoes you wanted because you don't have the money for them. So I'm gonna look at this guy over here, this girl over here, to go get them. Like, no, that's not gonna even work for you. But yeah. Um, yeah, okay, so it's funny, I know I've been yapping, as you guys know. I am the yap master, in case you didn't know. And nice to meet you. But yeah. But yeah, let me see. Misty said he wanted money. I don't know. He's very, very handsome, like a 9. I think insurance, no trust in him. Yeah, but anybody that sells their soul, it's not worth it, because a lot of people that have sold their soul, they have like an expiration date. It's like a day that they have to, that they have to sign out. See, anything you sign up for is always has a sign out date that you don't get to control. See? So that means like at any moment they can just do something to you and then no one never hear from you again. It's like, because if you sign, it's like contracts too. That's why I said being rich is an illusion. Okay. Wealth is an illusion. I'm not saying, just because I say it's an illusion, I'm not saying it is bad. Because, and why I'm saying it, all it is currency. which means it's the flow of life. See, it's what you have to have in order to have what? Currency. Flow, meaning this is what you need to survive on this earth with, right? But the people that look at money as being the answer to life, those are the ones I'm saying that it's an illusion to think that, because you can't live long enough to spend it all, if that makes sense. Let's say you let's say you make six figures a year, right? Let's say you got hella money, right? Yes, that means you have more, but this is a thing. Will you live to spend it all or see where it goes after you pass away, right? Nine times out of ten, someone that you know in your family is going to inherit it. So even even your grandfather, I know you guys know this already, but it's just like maybe somebody doesn't that's hearing this. But like, hey, it could be a house that your parents, or hey, somebody grandparents, okay, boom, they bought a mansion. Next thing you know, they had hella money, but then everything that they worked so hard for goes to their kids, boom. And then they probably don't live to spend all of it, so they give it to their kids, and it just keeps getting handed over, handed over, handed over. More of the story is even basketball, NBA stars, they get all this money, but the question is it really all of their money? It's cold blooded, bro. The way the world works, bro, is like, you think Kobe Bryant got to actually keep all his money when he passed? We don't know. See, we don't know. And you got to understand, like, people, they have, okay, so you got like the Rockefellers, you got the people that, and like that you never see, like the super rich, rich, rich people. Bro, like they still got their hands in that money, even if it's still, going to Kobe Bryant, or if it's, someone else, right? The problem is that there's a reason why even lottery winners and people that like are rich, is a reason why they start to hide that money, because someone's gonna take it, bro. If you can't even listen, you can't even go to a bank and put that much no $1 million in the bank unless it's a special type of trust, trust thing, was a trust fund account or something. It has to be a particular bank. Can't even just be a regular bank, your local bank. I think the highest amount is like 20 grand or something. It's a reason for that. Because bro, all these places you go to, you can't trust everything that just says bank of this, bank of that, because these people will take your money, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, if a person becomes rich, they will literally have to, like, literally, which is not legal to do, but you guys already know what I'm gonna say. There's a reason why people were hiding their money in the first place. Because, bro, taxes, all this shit will literally rip you in half with far as, like, people don't understand, like, okay, so if you if you are under, let's say, middle class or something, right? Boom. You thinking that rich people don't have financial issues? They, of course they do. See, it's like you look at your situation and you think, oh man, my shit is all effed up. And then you look at a rich person, you see their assets, but you don't see their financial, like what they have to pay. And that shit is a lot. Like, you look, it could be like, for instance, like I don't like to share my business on here, but like I'm not gonna go into my personal business. But like, for instance, just having uh like my truck that I have is leased, okay? Boom. The lease for the note, not the note, but the lease amount every month, it could be an amount that you probably only that's the only amount you have in your paycheck, if that makes sense. See, my lease 700. Boom. See, the car I'm driving right now, this monthly, bro, 400. See? So you do the math, but then, you got people that are like looking at their situation, and they might be on Section 8 food stamps or something, and they're like, yo, I don't like this person because they make more than, bro. they're not making more than you, bro. It's this. Listen, they probably got a high paying job. Maybe they got a business, couple of businesses, but bro, they're still paying bills, bro. So the money is, even if they're making money, they're still spending money, bro. And you, until you get to a certain thing, it's all about maintaining it, because you won't get to spend all of it, bro. Like, you're really working as hard as you're working to help your kids, bro. If you have kids, you're really working for them to have a future. That's it. And who knows, and within 10 years, if money is even going to be around anymore. See, it might just be a damn wristband or some shit. You never know. Might just be a swipe and that's it. You might have to go around swiping a chip and it ain't even going to be no damn dollar bill. See? Because that's the thing, like, people don't understand that, and that should tell you something. If they when they change, when something gets changed as if it never existed, bro. See? Now, okay, let me see. Okay, Misty said, um, even going as far as he did, all money isn't good money. I've been tested. I own a laundromat and I count every quarter. Taxes kill, I still claim every quarter. Damn, that's the thing. Like, with me, I always write off, like, okay, so this is what I did. I basically started LLC. So me doing what I do, okay, so um I give intuitive insights. Boom, that's my business. And then, like I say, what I'm talking about now, everything that I'm doing now is a business. So all these tax write-offs, everything for the whole year, boom. That way I don't have a tax liability. So it's like, people don't understand, like, and then I have a little story, okay? But we ain't gonna talk about. I don't like talking about my, like I say, little stuff, because it's like, people don't understand, like, it's not easy as it sounds, because like, you gotta manage everything. You gotta, there's just a lot of freaking paperwork, tedious paperwork, okay? But what I'm saying is the fact that when you have all this going on, you gotta really know that, okay, you're gonna be, this possibly go for your family, whatever you don't spend, in other words, if that makes sense. But let me see. Yeah, damn, a laundromat is great though. I ain't gonna lie, shit. You keep all the quarters. Facts, facts. Let me see. David said, cash is king. Yeah, I believe it. But like, for instance, I remember back in the day when I used to gamble real bad. Um, I was at the casino, right? This guy, we were playing roulette, okay? And this guy, I guess at the table, he was telling everybody, like, it was having like a little small talk, and he's like, "Yo, I own this dealership, woo de woo." And then, like, this guy had plenty freaking money, like chips, like those little $100 chips. And this man was showing off. He was winning, like, at first he was winning. Like, big hands, just 3 grand, boom, 4 grand, boom. This man had 10 freaking $1,000 in chips just sitting, like, sitting in front of him, right? And literally, I watched this man lose the whole fucking 10 racks right there in one sitting in less than an hour, bro. Like, his hands, I looked at it, because I can tell, like, after him losing like a couple of big hands, his hands were like this, like shaky. I'm like, bro, you gonna mess around, have a heart attack, dude. Just stop, bro. Just go to the bathroom and like cry, or like go to the bathroom and just like take a shit and just chill, but just like stop, bro, because your body is already reacting. It's already letting you know that you've reached your limit. Like, and that's why I always say, have someone, like, if you're ever gonna gamble, have somebody go with you that doesn't gamble, bro, to stop you, fam. Because I've seen people, bro, they, after losing like a certain amount, then you're just chasing your losses, and then you're just risking even more money, and then you just lose focus of even like what you know your how can I say it, of your game. It's like maybe you knew how to play the game a different way to win something. Once you get into that mode where you're like chasing those dollars back, it's better just to be like, yo, bud, hey man, hey, maybe better luck another time, or hey man, do this maybe another day where we're leaving. Like, or have them hold your debit cards and hey, say, man, here's my wallet, here's my limit. Hey man, hey, before you even go in there, don't let me, don't give me my wallet, bro. And here you say, yo, take this $100, boom. That's your limit. As soon as you lose that 100 and you have nothing left, it's time to go. Cause I'm telling you, bro, if you don't do that, you're gonna sit up there and like once you lose, you start digging for it, and you're like, yo, where's my wallet? Cause you literally lose track of time in the casino. Why am I saying this? The casino is a perfect example of an illusion, bro. And I'm gonna tell you, it's almost like you're trapped. You're trapped in somebody else's game that is designed for them to win only, bro. To where it's like, could you imagine it being a 20 player plus game and like everybody has a chance to play, only to amount to only like one winner, and the only person that wins is the house. And then you got all these people that think they can outthink the damn house, bro. And see, this is what that's why I call the casino a portal, bro. It's like a mosh pit. It's like once you go there, bro, if you don't follow a certain like limit, you're screwed, bro. You're screwed. And as soon as you go in there, bro, you can be wealthy, you could be unwealthy. You go in there, bro, and you don't have that, hey, I'm 50 bucks, I'm done type of attitude, that illusion is gonna cook you, bro. You'll be in there all day, sleeping in there, crying in there, stuck to where either the ambulance or somebody that you know in your family comes to get you out of there, bro. That's how dangerous the illusion is, bro. And you know why? I said it's an illusion because you thought you could win, bro. And that's why you kept playing, bro. Oh, just another hand. Oh man. Hey, next time pick black. Okay, red. Okay, 25.50. No, 25.36. Boom. Okay. No. 14. Okay, boom. No, I'm gonna play a dollar. Then you play $2. You play $5. Damn, 25. What gives? Might as well put your whole body on 25. It's like, yo, that's the thing. You keep going, and then you're like Tim and his construction crew. You just kept going just because somebody said it was gold at the end of the tunnel. When it's only probably one winner every blue moon that wins something big, you know? But anyway, let me see. Royal said, I don't know, dog, 100K can solve 90% of my problems. Is experience out here. That's the thing though. Like, that's the illusion, bro. That's the illusion. Cause think about it. If you was to win some money, right? Like let's say you played Powerball, right? Boom. And you win 1 million. Just say you had, the Powerball number and a couple number, boom, you win $1 million, right? After taxes, you get like what, 650K or something like that, right? Here's the thing. If you don't invest that money, bro, you have to have the mindset that you don't have, like, you have to invest it ASAP. Because if you just let it sit in the bank, that's a problem. And if you just, like I say, spend it on something, if it's not something that's going to bring you wealth, don't even spend it, fam. Because, like, there's a guy right now down the street, right? And this man literally has Rolls Royce, all these different cars for sale, bro. And they're all like top of the line cars, bro. And he's selling them. See, it's like, you know, it must be a financial situation at hand. That's why he's selling them, bro. Because most people will keep those kind of cars, right? If they could keep up with them. But obviously, something, it ain't no, I'm not buying the fact that, oh, I just want to sell them. Why'd you buy them then? So to me, it's like, you might think that it's gonna solve your situation, but you have to do the opposite. You have to actually invest it. Because as soon as you like get it, you will have all these temptations to go buy something. And then once you just start buying stuff, boom, 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 it'll make you feel good temporarily, bro. After once you start dwindling down from that 650, you could start hitting like, let's say you blow through 100 grand. You start going out, taking vacations, splurging, just doing big stuff, doing stuff you've never done before, right? Boom, you start dwindling down. Then you start realizing, damn, I need a place to stay. I gotta have food for the year, gas, all these different things. It's like now you only got what, 100K left. You like, yo, I just spent all that money and now you need more, but you can't, it was just a lottery win. You don't really make that kind of money. So it's like you gotta know, like, in your mind, you're gonna be wishing you wouldn't even never spent it, fam, if not even had it, because it's gonna make you feel worse if you don't keep it. It's like, imagine you won something and you don't make that type of money. It's gonna make you always feel this feeling like, oh man, I should have never even like spent it. Because if you have the car, then the car depreciates, and then it's like, if it's something breaks on it, you gotta fix it. Insurance, all these different things that nobody thinks about, and then it's like, just to drive around in it, and people, you know what, I say this. It's a very good thing. It's nice to have, but here's the thing. You can't see yourself drive it. You can only see yourself drive in it. And then you're going off of what somebody else's reaction is to you having it. So as you drive it, you're like, oh, nice car, man. But you don't really get to see the car. You just driving it. To me, it's like that'll only last so long to when you realize that, damn, now you want something else. Then you trade it in and get a new Mercedes or something. Then you drive that for a while. Then you like, yo, I want something else. Then you get an AMG or something, then it just keeps on, like, in other words, what I'm saying is that we live in a world that nothing's never good enough. It's like you could buy something and then you end up wanting something better. But this is where I'm getting at, is that if you do buy something, keep it, but appreciate it to where you actually hold on to it. If that makes sense, it's like buy something you really want and keep it, because people will literally buy stuff and they are only buying it because they've seen another celebrity with it, and they're like, yo, that once the whole desire changes, then you just find yourself looping. You find yourself just buying the latest, greatest, and then you realize, damn. That's why I do the lease, because the lease is like, you lease a vehicle, then it's like you get so many miles, boom. When it's time to turn it in, you get something else new. But that way it keeps you from getting like bored with the same damn vehicle. It's like, but I only drive my truck in like snow and shit. So when the weather's real bad. But yeah, it's actually came in handy because, when you like go to different places, man, sometimes you don't know what type of terrain or something that they may have, like especially with like getting stuck in snow, pain in the butt. Now, another thing, okay, so let me see here. All right, so basically with Pisces illusions that frustrate other people, as I mentioned, the first one is perception illusions. Okay, so how does this sound when you actually use the perception illusion? You're pretty much like, oh, you should know. As I mentioned, you might say this because you expect a person to mind read you, But it's almost like that a person could get upset because you didn't notice that, that they were, that they are off of a situation. And it's like, oh, you didn't notice, or you just, and then it's like, that's the reason why, because you expected that person to read your mind. So that's a perception illusion. Um, it could be a situation where a person may have meant more than what they said. That can be an illusion. And it's like the person can read deeper into a situation with the whole neutral actions where they felt like, oh, you might have felt like, oh, they're losing interest in such a way to where that's like a person may, you got to go, for example, these are examples. So it's like when you go through the situation, you could feel that that perception is an illusion that they left upon you. So it's like, that's the way that people interpret it, in other words. So, um, like let's say a person, you're talking to someone and then all of a sudden they're like, yo, I feel it. Like you're explaining something and they be like, oh yeah, I feel it, man. It's so true, bro. It's so true what you said, bro. And it's like they might believe that it's actually a potential over a reality. It's like they really don't know, or they really don't really know if it was true. It's just that they say I feel it, but you don't see what they feel. So how do you really know it was the truth? See that? So that's why I say, like, in these different forms, you got to really pay attention, because like people do this all the time, and if you don't question it, it's almost like it goes over your head. Um, let's say, as you say, I feel it, and the person's like, yeah, so it was so true, or hey, um, or let's say, for example, they say I feel it, and the person just believes that it actually happened, in other words. But the problem is some people tie their emotions thinking that, oh, if they express their emotions, they think that it really happened. See, and that's not so, bro, because that's why I said you got to be careful with body language when you read body language, because it's not always facts just because the person showed emotions or said something emotional when they expressed themselves. So a person can feel ignored, but then assume that something that you said was intentional and it not be. See how folks can just mess up, just miss the whole mere fact of why you even said what you said in the first place. Um, let's say, like I said, someone believes in the potential over reality when a person has bad behavior, or they treat you poorly in a relationship, and their person is like defending them. They're like, yo, they'll change. They'll change, just give it time. When they do that, that's BS, because like I say, what they're doing here is giving you they'll change illusion. See, they're giving you the illusion of this person changing. So it's almost like they want you to keep trusting in that inconsistent behavior. This is dangerous, bro, because people do this. I'm telling you, people do this, and then it's like, I'm not gonna say cliche, but it's like they do this, and then it's like people just believe it, even though it's not true, because it's the way the person presents it. See, um, another one is that people will say things, they can give the whole silence will fix it illusion, where they say, um, it's a situation between you and someone else, and then they try to make it, you know, they try to inflate the connection between the two of you, but then they might call somebody or call something that you guys are doing special in so many words, to where they might do it too soon. And then all of a sudden they're trying to inflate the connection to where you end up it's like, how can I say it? Yeah, it's like they try to make it seem deeper than what it is, if that makes sense. That's the illusion that they're trying to give. Now, as another thing that I forgot to say, okay, so If somebody ever says that silence will fix it, that could be an illusion that someone gives because, like I say, they're trying to avoid addressing issues, and they may feel like, if they stop talking instead of resolving the situation. In other words, they try to make it seem like, oh, we just don't do anything about it, it'll fix itself. That type of stuff. Those are illusions. Another illusion is I'm fine. I know you heard this one before where people are like, oh yeah, I'm fine. Oh, you just fell off your bike. Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Yeah, yeah, okay. That's an illusion. They're lying, bro. They want you to they want, oh my God, bro. What the hell? Damn. Drop my damn phone. Why does it say orientation locked to the back? Wait, why is it why is it locked? Okay, there we go. Yeah, okay. So another one is I said when people say they're fine, they're like, yo, I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me. Um, and I can say they say they're fine when they're clearly not okay. That makes sense. So that's how you know that they're drawing illusion. Drawing illusion. Then another thing is the reason why they're giving you short answers when they say like I'm fine, and they're not giving you a whole lot of like, they're not really saying much to you, but that alone. And like I say, they do that because they're expecting concern. So it's like saying I'm fine. I don't want help, but that's what they're really crying out for. If that makes sense. Okay. Another illusion is the fact that a person might say, "Oh, I'll come back stronger from this." That's an illusion. See, and what they're really saying is, and I say this, and I'm gonna tell you, some Pisces say these things. And then I'm telling you, this is what frustrates people because sometimes, like a Pisces just doesn't want you to really know things. And they do this, like I say, to keep you off balance. They don't really want you to really try to figure the situation out. So, and like I say, other people could say these same things. That's not a Pisces. Pretty much what I'm saying for this topic is, these are the things that Pisces would do, and like I say, it frustrates people. See, but only I say this, it only frustrates certain people that actually know what's going on. See, because for the most part, there's a lot of people that don't know anything about illusions, and they just fall for the illusion every time. See, now another thing is, like I say, if a person says they'll come back strong, that's where I was at. Okay, so that could be an illusion because then all of a sudden a person disappears to test the loyalty of the other person. They could pull away expecting that other people will chase in regards to drawing that illusion. Another illusion is that I can feel your energy. I know you Pisces out there probably said this to someone before. And this illusion, what it means is like you can notice that something is off with someone. I know you can say this to someone because I've done it, but it's like you say, yo, something is off with you, and hey, uh, you assume motives without confirmation. See that? So that's why it's, when you say I can feel your energy, but it's also like I said, if you hear someone else say this to you, you can also use this as well to know, like, okay, well, do you really know this, or in such a way? Uh, a person might say something such as it's deeper than logic. That's another illusion. So this tends to, reject those small explanations of whatever the situation is, and the person can overcomplicate things with in those basic situations, in other words. So they don't really want to explain it. now now we now we covered the whole perception illusions. Now the next illusion that I came up with is the behavior illusions. Now, when you deal with somebody that has that hot and cold, and I'm sure you guys dealt with somebody that was like warm, and then all of a sudden they, switch cold instantly. That's a behavior illusion. See, So they can basically have like one deep conversation with you one day, and then the next day they're distant. See, that's how you know they're basically drawing the illusion there. See, a lot of times these illusions of which I mentioned, it hooks people. That's why I said, like, when you're dealing with Pisces, you can't always think that the fisherman has the advantage when someone goes fishing. See, because a lot of times the Pisces has the advantage. Like Pisces, they bait the fisherman to thinking that it's time to go fishing in the first place, only to not catch shit, you know? And another thing is when another behavior illusion, when it's drawn by a Pisces, it's almost like they could present something like, oh, it's time to give a presentation, only to disappear. It's like, yo, I'm about to start my presentation, then end up walking out the back door and leaving. Like, damn, I thought he was gonna do a presentation, okay? And like I say, this means, like I say, you could be active one day or daily, then all of a sudden you're gone for days on end. See that? So you can be very unpredictable with this illusion. Now, another illusion that a Pisces may give is they can give freely, and then all of a sudden they can expect something in return silently, if that makes sense. Now, example of this is that they could do something a lot. Maybe they give, turkeys out, or some type of feed the homeless, or do something of giving back to the community, and then all of a sudden they end up feeling unappreciated. That's another illusion of giving, giving freely and expecting silently. Now, another thing that a Pisces could do as far as drawing an illusion is they can act unbothered. See, but they could actually be deeply bothered. So this goes back to projection. This is why I said, like, the first impression. This is why I said that everybody comes in three stages. I didn't mean that in an intimate way. My bad. Every time I say something, it always sounds like it's about some type of freak stuff, but that's not why I said that. But yeah, uh, but yeah, the thing is Pisces can act unbothered, but actually be deeply bothered, and that's the thing. Like, everything of which a Pisces feel can be on a deeper depth. Okay, an example of that would be the fact that a person could be like, oh, it's whatever, but then withdraw from the situation itself. Um, a Pisces also could draw illusion of with their behavior by over giving, resent it later, and they can be the type of person to help nonstop, but then all of a sudden snap. See, it's like they could just snap on a dime. Um, Another thing Pisces can do as far as behavior illusion is they can adapt to different personalities. And the reason why a Pisces may adapt to different personalities is because they understand that it's a different vibe with different people. That makes sense. Like, it could be a friend that a Pisces feels is more excited to be around. So next you know, the Pisces can adapt to that person, their vibe or their energy, and then feel that. See, for themselves, it's almost like filling a void, because they could be bored with one person and they go to a person that's a little bit more like upbeat. And remember, that's why I said a Pisces can steal a person's energy that way. Like, you can literally be like of low energy, having just woken up for the day, and then you could call that friend that's always like upbeat, and then as soon as you guys end up, that's basically like you take on their energy, they end up feeling like you when you get off the phone. So it's like, oh damn, when you just stole my damn goodness this morning, and then took off and left your stinking ass energy, along with me. Now, another thing is a Pisces can draw a behavior illusion by uh, avoiding confrontation, but then end up exploding later. Okay. Example of this could be like them holding everything in and not venting, and then end up unloading everything later. Okay. They could also forgive and then bring it up later. See, it's like, wait a minute, I thought that you forgave me for that. Why are you bringing this up now? So, example of this could be the whole mere fact that, hey, I moved on, but then they actually didn't. See, so that was just the whole behavior illusion that they drew. Now, another one is they could keep the door open, but then they can be mentally checked out at the same time. It's like you may think that it was time to actually redeem yourself or make things right, but they're really not even considering it. Now, an example could be that the Pisces is still talking, but emotionally gone. See, it's like dealing with a dead corpse. Now, another behavior illusion a Pisces could draw is they could test without telling. So they could wait to see if you'll notice is why they draw this illusion. Now, I'm going to talk about relationship illusions. And let me see. Welcome, El Jody, or I'm saying name right. Welcome. Another so relationship illusions are um, unspoken loyalty rules that the Pisces may give. They could say things like, uh, you should prioritize me naturally. What's going on, bro? They could say things such as, I shouldn't have to ask. You should, that way you should just do it. See, these little phrases, what one may think is a phrase is actually an illusion. See, it's like, yo, they're saying this because they know what the power of what it's gonna do. So if a Pisces creates distance, for instance, they know that the distance itself creates value, and you probably don't even notice it. Okay, now they might say something as well, like, "Oh, I can fix them," or "Hey, this person, I know how to deal with this type of person or that person." And that's the illusion that they're, basically giving off. See? Because a lot of times the problem here is the person ends up fixing themselves before they actually step before the person that says I could fix them. So a Pisces knows the power of the emotional it's like the emotional psychological aspect of a human being and how the brain works. So they like, yo, I can fix this person. I really know how to deal with this person. They make sure the person that they're saying it to hears this, because then the person fixes themselves. It's cold-blooded. See, that's the thing, like saying, oh, let me get you a band-aid. Oh, I see you cut yourself really bad there. And the person all of a sudden they start trying to patch their own selves up to make the Pisces job easier. But then when it's all said and done, they're like, oh, Pisces, thank you so much. You really helped me. But really, bro, you could really did all the damn work. It's like in those moments. Okay. So the delusion always can make you feel like, oh, can make you think that it was you, but really it's like, yo, the Pisces knows what they're doing, in other words, okay? Now, another thing is a Pisces may say something like, yo, I'll love them into changing, you know, their behavior, in other words. So it's like I'll love them into changing, and it's almost like the person adjusts exactly how the Pisces wanted them to in the first place. Now, going back to an example that I mentioned, like if a Pisces knows they'll pull away, like if they say it, oh, I'll pull away from this. What tends to happen is that they'll say this because they know the person will realize it. In other words, see, it's like, oh, but they'll realize it. But a Pisces secretly knows that that it's not that they'll realize it. It's almost like that was gonna happen anyway. It's like if I pull away, they'll realize I'm gone. It's like, bro, you already know they're gonna chase. So that's why you're doing it. You don't think they'll realize that you're gone if you pull away? That would be dumb. So that's the thing. Like, that's why I say, like, sometimes the illusion as a Pisces says something is already like that's how it's always gonna go anyway. But you thinking that is something different going on. That makes sense. That's why I always say with an illusion is stronger than a facade, because the facade is that you're trying to make everybody think that you're something that you're not, see, or believe something of what they see. The problem is the illusion is strong is because you think that you're doing it. You think that you see something within the Pisces, like you really got the answers to what's going on, and you absolutely don't. Because the Pisces is the one that is like the casino. They are the ones that created the game. For it made it to where you don't win, fam. No matter how much you play the shit, you could be playing a Pisces game for years and still not win. And you keep having the same, oh, but because I was tired. Oh, you know what? This time I'm gonna do this. Okay, instead of going through the front door, I'm gonna go through the back. And you keep losing. You keep losing and keep losing to where now you're an addict. What the fuck? You're an addict. You just gonna keep playing even though you know you're gonna freaking lose every time. That's what the illusion does. See? It's like once you fall for it, you're cooked. It's as simple as that. See? As soon as you touch the hot grease, you're not getting, you're not gonna get out the same that you went in other words. Okay. Now, another thing is this, okay? As a Pisces distances their self from a situation, right? You have to know this, okay? You have to know that the other person is going to chase. This has been going on since the beginning of time, bro. Okay. It didn't start when the Pisces drew the illusion, bro. But so many people think that, oh, all of a sudden this happened. Like, no. See, but here's the thing. When the Pisces distance themselves, what automatically happens is that they expect the partner to chase, right? Then the partner gives space instead of chasing. See? Then all of a sudden, if it backfires, now the Pisces feels what? Abandoned. So that's why I say you can't always do something and expect something to happen the way that you thought it was going to happen, because the other person can do something different, bro. So that's what I say. You can actually destroy the illusion if you don't play the game. And this is the same thing for in the concepts for everybody, bro. Even concerning other people that draw illusions. If you literally don't do the predictable thing that they expect, you won, bro. See? So now I'm gonna cover the emotional illusions, because listen, if a Pisces can literally do two things. There's two fish. One fish can draw the emotional illusion, and then one fish can manipulate you emotionally. See? So it's almost like if a Pisces don't catch you upstairs, they're gonna catch you downstairs. And seldomly do people make it out without being affected by one or the other. So an emotional illusion is this: a Pisces can feel ignored when they actually weren't ignored. It's cold blooded. You see how much influence, bro? Do you know how, bro? I'm gonna say it one more time for the people in the back. A Pisces can feel ignored even when they're not. That hit different. See, you're like, yo, you're responding to the Pisces, and you don't even know the Pisces did it on purpose. Now you switching up. Oh, I'm sorry. You apologizing, and oh, I didn't know. I wasn't ignoring you. Now you just fell into the whole game. That is the game. You stuck because now you believed the emotion you saw, and you thought it was real. You didn't know that was bait. See that? Another thing, another emotional illusion a Pisces can draw. Now, the dangerous thing here, you think it's just one illusion. You don't, little do you know, a Pisces can draw 1,000 illusions all at the same time. This is what frustrates people because they cannot win, bro. They can't win, bro. If a Pisces, listen, this is why I said nothing leaves unaided, bro. Look, you cannot survive, bro. It's like if a Pisces don't catch you by your socks, they damn sure gonna catch you by your hat. And you got any clothes that's like piranhas, they gonna get you, bro. Ain't nothing gonna save you. They gonna get you with the illusion, manipulate the emotions. Like I say, it's like a portal. Soon as it opens up, you're gonna get swallowed, bro. And ain't nothing gonna save you because look, the next thing is this. A Pisces can draw the illusion by feeling replaced too quickly. Let me stop, bro. I feel like, bro, it's like people don't know, bro. The Pisces are deep, bro. You're not gonna be able to, even the stuff I'm telling you, you're not gonna be able to fully understand this because until you actually become a victim. See? Now, well, the thing about it, let me see here. Okay, so here, the next thing is this. Okay. Um, a Pisces can draw the emotional illusion by feeling that they are deeper, see, than others, okay? Always. They can have this type of, vibe or attitude, okay? In other words, they can basically feel deeper than others always. They could draw the emotional illusion as well by feeling misunderstood without explaining things clearly. They could also feel everything is personal. But mind you, they can be doing this on purpose to where you don't know that the emotion that you see. That's why I say people often depict Pisces as being the crybaby when they fail to realize that you thought they were the crybaby. They never they it's like you believe what you saw and you thought they were crying. You didn't know that that was actually what a trap for you. See, because now you will what react differently to what you see. It's cold blooded. So another thing is that a Pisces can feel that everything is personal. They can draw that emotional illusion. They know when to draw the emotional illusion because they know it's going to affect you. It's so hard for people to ignore it. Now, a Pisces can also feel that people are against them. And this is an illusion. This is an emotional illusion that they can draw. They can feel that the vibes are off without evidence. And a lot of times people listen, I've heard people do the same. Hey man, yeah, it doesn't feel right in here, bro. Yeah, you're right, bro. And you don't even understand that that's everything is strategy. Another thing is Pisces can draw the emotional illusion by feeling that the connections are stronger than mutual feelings, see, in itself. And a Pisces can draw illusion of feeling that the energy shifts are aren't real. In other words, what's going on, Palace? Welcome. And what's going on, Carson? No, I'm not ignoring your message, Carson. It's just like I say, the topic of discussion. I'm trying to stay on topic, but yeah, we already know most definitely the most high. Now, another thing is when it comes to communication illusions, okay? So a Pisces can draw the illusion of indirect communication on purpose. See? And like I say, a lot of people don't understand. Like, how can I say this? Like, if a Pisces is communicating, then they realize where where the conversation is headed. They know exactly how to use indirect communication. In other words, see, it's like then once it goes into that direction, the Pisces knows how to confuse others. See, so it's like a Pisces can say in such a way, and see, this is the thing people don't realize. As you begin to speak to a Pisces when they're doing this, you don't even see how calculated they are while they're doing so. It's like, wait, what were we talking about again? Oh, I don't know. Like, I think you were talking about, and you literally become absent-minded because a Pisces can literally do that to you to where you're in a dream state. They almost like hypnotized you and then stopped to where they as soon as they stopped talking, now you're confused now. They did it on purpose. That's why I said a Gemini cannot mess with a Pisces, bro. A Pisces is too freaking listen, those illusions are like mirrors, bro. It's too much, bro. It's too much. You're seeing yourself in all these different mirrors, bro. It's like those rooms where they're like full of mirrors and you walk inside of them and it's like damn near 20 damn different self reflections of just everything about you and what shoulda, coulda, woulda, every angle to where if a Pisces really hits you with all these psychological different, like I said, emotions, communication, everything to life, and they're all illusions, good luck with that. See, because now the next one, they can hint instead of giving you clarity. See, the Pisces can draw the illusion of in such a way where they're hinting around, but they're making sure you're not getting any clarification whatsoever. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Cause I think you need to watch Linda. Yeah, Linda's, and they're like, yo, I don't know, but yeah, you're giving a hint off to something. You're not really saying anything though. So Pisces is being vague on purpose, so you can't hold them accountable to them saying something that wasn't so. So that's why they do the hinting around. Pisces can draw another communication illusion by expecting decoding, see, of a situation. Let me see. How's it going with appreciate the hearts, Palace A, Misty, J Smoke, what's going on? He said the laughy emojis. I'm messing with a Gemini. How's it going with Gemini? Palace A said both my son's Gemini and her dad is a Gemini. I know how they think. So you probably can help me because I ain't gonna lie. I met a Gemini yesterday. Man, I wanted to talk to her so bad that I realized that I said, damn. It was like she was talking to some other dudes though. And then all of a sudden, when she wanted to talk to me. Then when I started talking to her, the other dudes was like hating. They was real mad and hating and everything. But then like she just disappeared, bro. I'm like, what the hell? Like I got her number and everything, but she didn't even tell me she was leaving. She just left. And I was like, did she just do that on purpose? I think she did it on purpose. She probably wanted me to blow her up or something. I'm like, nah, I ain't finna do that. So Jay Smoke said they crazy. How are they crazy, Jay? Um, I know they crazy, but I'm just wanting to hear your side too. So another way too is that a Pisces can draw a communication illusion by, avoiding hard talks or deep conversations. They can give passive responses. They can use silence as a message. They can over explain irrelevant parts to a situation. They can under explain important parts of a conversation or situation. They can use or change their emotional tone without words. They can also wait for the right moment. And this can be something that could be ongoing where they're always waiting for the right moment. See? So they might start to talk, more they could probably, wait to talk proper or say something with clarification at the right time. So until then, they could be talking in circles. They could say something, very vaguely to where people don't understand them. Maybe a Pisces can, bro. As soon as I'm like literally, that was a Pisces trying to get it. That was the Pisces dude calling me right now, man. Speaking, that's what I said. Speaking of that was like the Pisces just started to call, And then, you know, it's crazy. I had my damn, when the phone fell, now do you know this is like a hole in one? Because when the phone fell, I got like my work clothes on and I accidentally got a little hole in my damn pants and the phone fell in the hole of my pants. Ain't that something? Like a hole in one? But yeah, anyway. Yeah, say let me see. Karina, Pisces gang, we in the building. Welcome. eBay's welcome. Let me see. eBay said I had a Gemini woman in my job. She chose the Virgo because he took care of his body build. Oh yeah, the superficial bodybuilder, huh? He had those, probably had those abs. She was trying to get a case, not the ones at the damn liquor store. But yeah, yeah, the Gemini woman, I feel like is very what the word I'm looking for? Spontaneous, because I think that she's a flirt, like a natural flirt, and she likes everything. She has a variety of different stuff she likes. But like I was attracted to her because of her shape. And it was like I wanted to get to know her more. And then she had she approached me though. But that was kind of crazy though. But now it has me skeptical because I'm like, well, why did she boldly approach me like that? And I feel like, is she trying to set me up? Is she trying to do something to me or something? Because that's not really common, if that makes sense. I don't get that often, so that's kind of weird. But pretty Force said handsome. Appreciate it. J Smoke said there are some. Let me see. Karina said we are very spiritual psychic. Definitely. Misty said Aquarius likes me, showed me his new Lexus. Didn't impress me and said I'll enjoy riding in it. LOL, I want to drive a silly man. Damn, yeah, yeah. It be like that though. People be, ain't nothing wrong with, driving. If somebody got a Lexus or any, any kind of car, that I think that's a way of people showing and expressing they like you. Um, I think that's just something to like. It's just like some people don't want to open up and just be like totally vulnerable, but they do those little things to kind of show that they like you. Um, appreciate that, Ezekiel, little 506. Appreciate that. Said keep doing your thing. Appreciate it. It's my culture said, can I be your Jesus and you repent to me and take this D? Man, that's crazy work, Brody. Okay, so another thing is this, let me see. Now, it's one thing to have defense mechanisms, but when it comes to a Pisces uses defense illusions, okay? So a Pisces can say something like, I'm protecting my peace right now, okay? But at the same time, they could be avoiding the issue, if that makes sense. So they could draw the illusion of defense here. Uh, they might say things such as, "Oh, I'll just disappear," and this could be an illusion because it's like, "Oh, you know what? Oh, y'all don't like me? Then I'll just disappear then." And then that's the Pisces drawing the defensive illusion. They can say, "I don't care anymore," but they actually do. But they do this because they know how people are gonna be like, "Yo, wait, what do you mean? What's up? Why do you say that?" Or whoop de woo. A Pisces can also draw the defensive, or not defensive, but a defense illusion by saying that time will fix it. If I ignore it, it'll go away. Or they may say something like, "I'll just fill it out." Or they might say, "I'm done," but then they end up coming back later. They can say something like, "I'm healed from it," but then they repeat the pattern. They can say, I've learned from my mistakes," but then they end up going into the same or a new situation with the same behavior. So those are different ways that a Pisces can use draw the defense illusion. Now, here's another thing. Okay, so a Pisces can also draw a loop illusion that frustrates people. It's almost like the same situation, but then it's like the same situation, but a different person situation. If that makes sense. So that's in a loop. When a Pisces does this, it's considered a loop illusion. They can have the same hope, but then experience the same disappointment. See, they could also have the same silence that they use on somebody else or with someone else, but then that brings the same confusion. So they could be another thing. See, I'm gonna tell you, we call this like reusing the same cup and not washing it. And I like to say that a Pisces, when they do these loop illusions, is because they don't rinse out their sponge when they go into a new situation. So if a Pisces does a loop illusion, it's almost like they're going into a new situation, doing the same old stuff that they did in the recent one. It's like a U-Haul bringing the same baggage into a new situation, but then expecting something different to happen. So if a Pisces draws the loop illusion, they could basically go into a situation with the same test, but then experience the same failure. They can have the same withdrawal, but then experience the same outcome. See, they can go through the same emotional buildup that they went through with their ex, just to have the same explosion. They end up snapping the same way with the new person. Like, come on, bro, you got to switch it up. They could forgive somebody with the same forgiveness that they forgave their no good ex or somebody that pissed them off, but then experience the same hurt from it. See, they can also have or go through the same escape only to have the same return, if that makes sense. See, so it's like that's when a Pisces draws the loop illusion. Now, if a Pisces uses a power illusion, just know that these can backfire very fast. Okay, so I wouldn't always recommend it because it's like I say, the backfire is much more stronger than the power itself. So here, if a Pisces draws a power illusion of silence, see, now this is what you got to watch out for. Okay, because this is what the benefit is good, but then based on the benefit of how you use it, could backfire. Okay, so imagine a Pisces draws the power illusion. Bam, right? Next, you know, the Pisces has been silent only to gain what? Control, right? Which is good. But then when you do that, the backlash is that now everybody's against you. Be careful with this because it's not worth it. It's not worth going cold turkey, just silent for no reason. Because then, like I say, yeah, it gives you control, but then now everybody's on your ass because, oh, you stopped talking to them. See that? So you got to make sure you actually know when to be quiet. You have to do it strategically, not just on a humbug. See? Now, another illusion that a Pisces can draw related to a power illusion is they can disappear for quite some time and gain leverage in a situation. But as I mentioned, it can backfire. See, because people hold you accountable to the very first thing that hurt them of what you did, and that is disappeared. I don't know how many people got more mad at me for disappearing than anything I could have ever did. I could have been an a-hole, but they were more mad at the fact that I left them. So that lets you know abandonment is like deadly. Hell, if you leave your son and hey, you leave your son at home with no food, hey, he'll feel even more pissed off at you when he's like of age than a damn dog. See? He'd be like, yo, when I was 12, you left me at home with no food. You had bread with no hot dog and noodles with no packet. But yeah, hey, but it is the truth though. Another thing, Let me see. Let me see what. Let me see. Appreciate the hearts. Okay, let me see. Karina said, "As are Pisces women and Cancer men, are they a good couple? Do you think?" Yeah, it can be a good couple. It's just like, but I will say this: Pisces women, when you're dealing with a Cancer man, you gotta be patient because like his emotions can be intense for him, and it's like sometimes he can't, or I would say sometimes he might have a struggle with dealing with his emotions and expressing them. So sometimes he can harp on the same stuff you guys have already covered. So it's like he might have an insecurity with being with you in public, and then if you um he might say some things like, yo, if you talk to another guy in public, we're never eating there again. Or he might have these different like things that make him feel uncomfortable, and if you do it, he's gonna really like stand on it that, hey, I'm not going there anymore because you were talking to the security guard, even if you didn't get his number. Just the mere fact that you were talking or speaking to someone there other than him. So the problem is, after you guys talked about it, he can bring it up again, and then that can be a problem, because then a Pisces woman can feel like a Cancer man is like um either, it's almost like she could see like a kind of like whiny or kind of like immature, or just like just like being just trying to start some shit, because that's how a Pisces woman would take it, like, oh, you keep bringing this up, we already talked about it already, type of situation. Because sometimes the Cancer man won't just come flat out and say that it's bothering him. He'll try to make it seem like, oh, he's big and bad if he catches you talking to another guy. He'll be like, oh, that's what I got a gun for, or something like that, for example. Now, let me see. As we said, yes, and appreciate that. It said, Rick said, people seem to be that let small words make them angry and ignorant. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's just like people have different. Uh, I like to say people have different weaknesses. Like some people they can be that way, but then like if somebody do it to them, they can't take it. Um, like I say, everybody's not built for everything. That's why they shouldn't like participate and do things that they don't really, um, they really can't handle it. If it was to be the shoe on the other foot. Crane said I had a crush with a Cancer man. Okay, how did that go? Um, Palace said, what's everybody big three? Hers is Pisces, Virgo, rising, Capricorn. Yeah, I was just talking about Capricorn, sun, and just the mere fact that I basically showed myself somewhat vulnerable, and I was like, yo, I told her I really liked her and everything, that we was talking about like uh doing therapy together, because she like basically gives therapy sessions or whatnot. And I was like telling her like, oh, we could do those together. And then I just let her know how I felt, because it, for some odd reason, was just kind of difficult to like read her, in other words. And then I think because she was giving me like mixed signals, and then like I say, she put me on mute just to laugh. That was just kind of weird. But when she laughed, I kind of got to see another side of her, like, okay, why isn't she laughing more often? You know, why is that something that's like kind of hidden from people, or hidden where you gotta click mute just to laugh? That kind of was weird. Like certain things jump out at you as red flags. And it's like, if it's something that's not commonly done, you can't always trust it, because as it stands out, you have to see it as being something that's, you know, hidden from you. See, it's like if you can't laugh and just be free with it, then you probably shouldn't use it. See, because it ain't gonna look right. Now, let me see. Jay Smoke said, so why you hating Pisces today, bruh. We the GOAT, brother. No, I'm not hating. I'm not hating at all. I'm just saying, like, the topic of discussion is like what the whole illusions that Pisces doesn't just show one illusion. Like, people think it's just one thing that a Pisces would do, and I'm here to tell you why people are so frustrated with Pisces when they draw the illusion is because there's so many. See, they don't understand that it's more than one thing happening. It's not like, oh, I'm just dealing with one thing. Because if a person gets frustrated, that means that they can't really, like, it messes up their reasoning of understanding a person, if that makes sense. If they become confused by what they see, then they literally get frustrated. They're like, yo, I thought this was gonna be this way, and then it was the opposite. But definitely not hating. I'm a Pisces myself. Or unless you was talking to somebody, I think you was probably talking to one of them or something. Let me see. What's going on, Christina? Said he's his own worst enemy. Who's that? No problem, Karina. Christina said I've moved on from my Pisces. Glad I'll never ever have these problems again. Wait. What happened with the Pisces you was with? Let me see. Karina said we has Pisces, we have a good heart. I feel she was cheating on you, brother. Dan, you talking about wait, you talking about the Capricorn? I'm confused, y'all. I'm sorry. There's a lot going on right now. I'm not sure if y'all talking about to each other, you talking about me or what? Okay, yeah. So yeah, so here's the thing. If a Pisces draws a power illusion, okay? Meaning if you go into a situation or you meet a person with kindness, what this will do is increase your chances of having a higher influence upon them. See? See, like, you could do one thing and you can literally fool yourself, Pisces, because sometimes you could draw an illusion and you don't even know you just literally drew one. Like, you can literally draw the illusion and forget that, damn, I just drew an illusion. See? Just by what I said. And then you wonder why people get frustrated with you. And then you're like, yo, I don't understand why everybody is against me. Yes, you do. But if you don't, now I'm telling you why it's happening because of what you said. It's the illusion that you drew, and somebody, it clicked that, hey, wait a minute. Like, you don't understand how magical you are, if that makes sense. Like, you don't understand how powerful your words are to where people literally take you at your word to where they think you mean it like everybody else. Oh, you love me? Oh, that's so sweet. And then the Pisces could literally have said that just because they know what it does. See, it's like having the ingredients to a recipe and you already knowing what's gonna come from it. See, oh, I know how to say this and I know how to say that. Except here's the thing, you're unconsciously doing this. See, you're drawing illusions and you're basically doing this and it's a natural thing that's just happening, but you are getting the wrong feedback. You're getting the opposite, uh it's like the opposite answers, the opposite energy of which it was given, but you were forgetting that it was an illusion, whether or not you had the intent to give it that or say it that way. See, it's like, oh yeah, I'm a good person, and then I don't like talking to people. I hate talking to people. I don't like people in general, right? And then you draw that illusion that you don't like talking to people, but then you wonder why you're the goddamn manager. Oh, you're the CEO and you don't like anybody. Now all your staff and everybody in the building hates your guts because you're mean. And it's like, you're like, why has everybody got an issue with me? Why is that? Hey, I'm the boss, but damn, I don't fuck with no one. I don't talk to anyone. And it's like, bro, that's the reason why. then you just drew another illusion. You drew another illusion because now you're looping the mere fact. Now you're just looping the illusion. It's like the same, you're just playing the tape again. Oh, press play again. Boop. Now you're drawing the illusion again that, hey, I just don't like people. So why is everybody mad at me? And now you just drew another illusion because now people are like, now you're rubbing it in. And now you're confused. And now you just drew another illusion, bro. Now you're playing the confusion game where, well, why wait, but I'm like this person. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like none of y'all. But then tomorrow I'm gonna bring some donuts for everybody. But I hate all of you. You just drew another illusion. And you don't understand, you don't give people a chance to get out of the first illusion you set. They're still mad about that. Now you threw another one, and now they're lost. Now they have written you off that they just like, yo, I'm done. And you're sobbing like, what did I do? What did I do? I'm not doing it. You just drew another illusion, bro. See? And it doesn't stop, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, Pisces, you are like more powerful than you think, bro. Your influence is hella strong to where you could walk into a daycare, right? You could walk into a daycare of just kids that are just playing around, and then all of a sudden, quiet. And they're all in there playing around, noise. You walk into a room, next you know, all the babies are asleep now. And they're like, yo, they all just went to bed. Ever since you got here, every kid in the damn room just went to sleep. And then as soon as the Pisces leaves that environment, little Timmy starts rolling, and then he ends up waking up. And then it's like, oh, he wakes up the next kid, and the next kid wakes up, and it's like, oh, now everybody's up again. But when the Pisces were here, it was almost like the environment changed, the energy shifted. This keeps happening, but you don't understand. As soon as you say something, it gets misinterpreted by so many different people as if you were speaking a different language. So he hears it different, she sees it different, and the man over here hears it different. And that's why you get the half and the half nots. It's like some people like you, and then other people can't stand you because they can't figure you out. They don't even know what you're saying. They're literally getting stuck somewhere within your words to where, did he really say that? And you're like, yo, I like your shoes. They kind of look like my son's. You just drew an illusion, bro. You didn't even realize it. What are you saying? You trying to say my shoes look like your son's? You piece of crap. My dad gave me these shoes. My great grandfather that passed away gave me these goddamn shoes. You're gonna tell me they look like like your damn sons? Well, how old is your son? Wait, now I might feel better. It's like, yo, hey, chill, chill, chill. Just chill out, bro. It ain't that deep, bro. It's just like, no matter what you listen, you can laugh and somebody say something. You know what's crazy? You can laugh and you're just a happy person, right? You just laugh. Every time somebody say something, you laugh. But then this time, somebody was just getting ready to say that their dog died, and you laughed first. You're like, oh, wait, oh my God, I don't know. I'm just so tickled today. And the person is like, oh oh man, my dog died today. And you're like, are you kidding? You might respond like that. And you can literally draw an illusion that now this person thinks you're laughing at them, bro. And you're really like, I'm not even this is just what I do. You just drew another illusion. Like now the next illusion, everything you say, the person is taking offense because everything is sounding it like something different. And you're like, yo, I just laughed. This is what I do. I didn't know you were gonna say your dog died, bro. I had no idea your dog was finna die, but damn, can I do anything right? And then you just drew another illusion, bro. It's like everything you say, you're talking in riddles to where there's question marks in people's brains, like how did you like how did like how you meant it, if that makes sense, to where the illusion makes them think something else is going on, and you're like, yo, that's not the way I intended to say it. Then if you switch the tone, it makes it even worse. It's just another illusion. It's like, wait, I'm not laughing at your dog. I'm just like, I just now it sounds funny that now you think I'm laughing at your dead dog, and I'm literally this is just what I was gonna do next type shit. But you can't explain it because it's the illusion. It literally is the first thing that people assume and they run with it. See, they always like they believe the whatever they felt, whatever they was feeling, they can't shake it. They just go with it. And that's why I said it's like Tim and his construction crew. Soon as they heard that it was gold at the end of the tunnel, they just started digging. And then that analogy is what people do. They take your word and they take it in their own way and run off with it. And you're like trying to stop them from thinking that way, and you can't save them. It's like, okay, well, another one gone, another one bites the dust, and another one, and another one, and another one bites the dust. Hey. It's like, wait a minute, well, I didn't tell you to bite the dust. I just can't, I'm not gonna chase you once you think something that I'm doing and you misread it. Hey man, then read the book again then. Read the book again. Cause it's not the book of Eli. So I don't understand. I'm not saying anything in Braille, and I don't want to go to jail. So hey, I'm not gonna chase you down once you start thinking something. Because that's what I say. People shouldn't assume. Okay. Let me see. Appreciate that. Sanchez said Pisces is the feet God made Smokey. I almost thought you was gonna say Smokey Robinson, Brody. I'm glad you said Smokey feet for a reason. Oh, okay. I was about to say, um, Karina said 100, appreciate that. James Hutch said real tapped in. Welcome, James. How you doing? Um, so yeah, another power illusion that you gotta watch out for is being a mystery. Okay. As much as you would like to be unpredictable, just know that when you want to be a mystery, then this is going to make people attracted to you. It increases attraction. Now, another thing, when you operate with the whole emotional depth, and let's say as you connect with others, this is the type of let's say the way you communicate with others is more on a deep emotional level, then that's going to lead to you being or looking at as a like having authority. In other words, you look authoritative by being able to just merely talk with someone and having that whole deep conversation or just deep understanding with them. So people will see you as an authority figure when you're doing this. They'll think you're already a therapist, and you're not. You're just like, yo, I just feel where people are coming from. But it's like that's how you will come off. See, people will see you as much more than what you think you actually are, if that makes sense. That's like you can be in a business and people think like, oh, you're trying to take my job. And you're like, no, I'm not. I'm just good at what I do. Leave me alone. It's like everybody just think, oh man, he's just the biggest and greatest person that, hey, we can't let them, don't let them learn. Don't let them learn. We must charge them at every cost. It's like, yeah, they get intimidated very fast, bro. Next thing is the more you withdraw, meaning that means the information as well. The more you withdraw, that say you just pretty much don't like to, go to luncheons, or you don't really engage much with staff or people, family. What this will do is make you more powerful. See, make you more powerful. So You wonder why people are drawn to you, especially when you withhold. Now, another thing, when you start to test people, you find out the truth. See, this is a waiting game. That's why I said not to fall for the illusion. You must test the person in the situation out first before you join in on it. See, always wait to decide and take time aside to you see what happens when you wait. Because listen, when you wait, now you begin to see, is it really worth it? It could be someone you're dating. You gotta hey, take some time. You got time, time. Don't rush into anything because you might be sold on what? On something that's not even real. So the testing the time, that's how you get the truth. Is you have to test people. Sometimes you have to literally leave $5 out, maybe drop it in front of a friend. Hey, I want to see what he's gonna do. So you drop the $5. If he doesn't give it, hey, say you drop this, now you know he's a thief. Simple as that. You gotta test people to see what's in their heart. Cause people literally, it's what they do when you're not looking, bro. That matters. Now, if you overgive, okay, just know that this shows loyalty. Okay. This is the proof of loyalty when you overgive. It's not good to do this to everybody because this is why I said being loyal is an illusion, because you think that if you give more, this will make the person more loyal. But no, they become more, what do? They start to take advantage. They become even more of an a-hole because now what is stopping them to make them even feel any different? You got to literally want to be loyal back after someone's giving you everything, or is willing to give you everything. So then some people become even more selfish. Oh, you helping me, you're doing this. Okay, well, it's a choice to appreciate things. So, Lord, that's the loyalty proof. Now, um, if you listen to your intuition, the benefit here is that this is what will make you accurate always. The more you listen to your intuition, the more accurate you become, Pisces. And if you're not a Pisces, just intuition in itself it only gets better when you use it and listen to it. See, if you never use it, then you wonder why you're not accurate. See, now, so that's what I was basically saying. So when a Pisces goes silent to gain power and the other person moves on, then you end up losing what? The position. See? So that's why I said that you could get all that after that's all said and done, but it backfires. That's why I'm trying to say, like, you can't always want control and power. See, sometimes you gotta let off some power. See, make somebody else a manager, make some spread it out. And it's not always good to be the boss. Sometimes it's better to take that one step down to where, hey, I don't want to be the boss in this situation. You come on, it's just all kind of distractions today, man. But yeah, you wanna pick and choose your battles and pick and choose like positions, because it's not always good to be the leader. Sometimes it's good to go last or go, like, be somewhat, maybe just be a regular such and such until you learn everything, because you might not understand how much the person that's in charge has to go through, and you might not want to deal with it. So that's just one. So that wraps up the power illusions. Um, the next illusions is the internal illusions. Okay, internally is like everything that you hone in on. So we call this absorption as well. Now, a lot of times your ego. So you gotta be careful. Your ego can have you drawing illusions there to where you might say, I'll handle it alone." See, meaning you don't want any help. That's the illusion that you're giving off. You can say that nobody understands me. That's an illusion, an internal illusion. You're making that decision. See, but you're trying to make it seem like nobody does is it's like you're trying to make it seem like woe is me, oh nobody cares about me, but you're saying that, not them. Okay, you might say things like, oh I don't need to explain anything, but then the situation must be explained, if that makes sense. You could do you might say things like they should already know because you just don't want to tell them how to do it. So let's say you're on a job and you got to train a nurse and you just don't want to train them. So you tell them, oh, they should already know how to do that already. She's been doing this for 40 years. What good am I? Shit, I only been doing this 10 years. She should be able to figure it out. That just means you don't want to train her, but you're giving the illusion that she has it all, like she got it all together. It's cold blooded. That's why I say people draw illusions a lot and people don't even see them. Bro, like could you imagine if we really look at illusions, what are we really, what I'm gonna tell you what's even the craziest shit ever. Did you know that illusions are almost the same as boundaries? It's cold blooded. This is the listen, listen, the illusion, if you dissolve all boundaries, appreciate that. Appreciate that, go Diego, go the gift. Yeah. If you dissolve all boundaries, what this is why I'm trying to tell y'all this, because this is like an art project, as I explain it. When you are Pisces and you dissolve all boundaries, what does this really mean to you? This means you dissolve all illusions. But here's the thing. You know that they are illusions. But did you know everybody else, they don't see the same shit you see? So what they may assume to be a boundary is an illusion for you. Because you don't know what bothers me unless I show you. See? But I can say, oh, you should already know. But let's say you don't know. See, you didn't tell me. So now your boundaries are invisible. I can't see them because they are illusions. That's the reason why I can't see them, because they are illusions. So when a Pisces doesn't want to tell you anything, they draw the illusion, which is a boundary for them. But you don't understand it because you can't see their boundaries. That's why a Pisces has to tell you. And when they tell you, they set another boundary. That's why they dissolve all of them, because they all need to be dissolved. Because otherwise, where are you guys going to go? Nowhere. See, you're not going to get anywhere. Because listen, when a Pisces communicates, it's in riddles. And every riddle, if you don't get it, the illusion traps you. And the boundary, it blocks you off from even knowing that, Pisces, bro. You get left behind, fam. And that's why I say the Pisces always make sure that you can swim with them. Meaning, can you keep up? Because those that get Pisces, they just get it. And I'm going to tell you why. Because they're patient. It's cold-blooded. They're patient. They're not rushing things. They're watching, but then they can see that the water is above. They can see when it's safe to actually go for it and when it's not, because they say, oh, if I go any further, I'm going to drown because I'm not sure of what I'm seeing. You saw what happened to Tim and his construction crew. They thought they thought they seen gold at the end of the tunnel. They never came back. So it's questionable, and it leaves a what? That uncertainty that, hey, I don't know if it's gold at the end of the tunnel. Am I gonna risk it and risk my life to actually find out that it was a damn illusion the whole damn time? Because boundaries is why I said, like, bro, you could literally swim across the Atlantic Ocean, bro, and literally you can't see where it cuts off to lead to a whole different spot that you didn't even know was along the route, bro. Because can you see what's underwater? No. Without going under the water. You gotta go underwater and you still can't see. Because the reflections, Brody, like you still gonna run into another reflection and then you're gonna lose your what? You're gonna lose your path, bro. That's what happens when you fall for the illusion, bro. That's why I keep saying that, bro, over and over and over until it's embedded, bro. Like, you cannot literally survive an illusion, bro. So when you say, oh, Pisces ain't got no boundaries, I could just go over there and do whatever I want to do. Try it and we'll see. Cause it ain't gonna work. I hear people say that and it doesn't go like that, bro. The way that they thought. Okay. Now, another thing a Pisces can draw the internal illusion is they can say that, oh, I can manage it, I can manage this emotionally. See, oh, I'm built for this. Or they might say something like, I've moved on. See, oh, I ain't gonna sit here and argue with you. You know, I'm in control of the situation. See, these are illusions. And then people, depending on how they respond, bro, it's so easy for folks to just get caught up in it to where you would have been more safe to actually have stepped away from the situation as they said that. See, now, they might say something like, oh, I'm different from everyone. I'm not like that. Oh, I'm not like him. Oh, I'm nothing like those people. A little stuff like that is a way to draw the illusion. Um, Now here's the things that irritate people the most, okay? Is that when people are expecting a mind reader, see, when they're expecting a mind reader, that's the one thing that irritates people the most. See, they don't like when a Pisces silent test them. See, when a Pisces is silent testing, it's like a teacher that's not even telling you it's time to take a test. You don't even know you're being tested. How fair is that, right? That's how people feel, and that pisses them off. Irritation times 10. See, um, this is a big one. When the Pisces disappears, when the Pisces has these disappear acts, it's like absence on 10. You didn't show up Monday. You didn't show up to do the dishes that where you were assigned to do on Tuesday. You don't show up. You're just gone for days on end, then you come back with a doctor's excuse. Like, yo, we didn't even know you was in the doc. You didn't never say nothing about the doc. But now you got a doctor's excuse. And who knows if it's real? 'Cause it might be an illusion that, oh, you were in what happened to you? Oh, I didn't even know you were in the hospital. You were gone for like 7 days. We were worried about you. And then the Pisces is like, yeah, I actually hurt my elbow because, yeah, I sat and binge watched Real Recognize Real, and I was, hey, laying on my right side. And yeah, fucking my arm just went to sleep. And you know what? I'm not funny. I shouldn't even, you know what? I shouldn't have said that. But yeah, anyway. So another thing is mixed signals. See, a Pisces gives a mixed signal when they don't want to answer you. You ask something, and a Pisces knows what direction it was headed, why. They know how hot it was, how cold it was, and they like, wait a minute, I ain't saying nothing. You think I'm going right, then guess what? I'm going left. See, you think I'm going left, then I'm going outside. Oh, when you thought I was going straight, I'm going downhill. See? So it's like you never can make a Pisces just answer you in the way you want them to answer you. See? Because they will check your temperature. They know why, what, when, where, how. Now, a Pisces can't avoid direct communication. That pisses people off. That's why I said a Pisces knows how to distract themselves. They know how to distract you. They know how to change a subject mid-sentence. They know how to act as if you said something different and give you a different response that has nothing to do with what you asked them or the topic itself. It has no relevance to where, hey, they can say, oh, look, there's a moon, there's a star. Oh, that's Superman. Look at him. If people, it's crazy, you could say, look at that bird right there. In the mid sentence, and next thing you know, that person is totally thrown off because of that mixed signal. Another thing, with the avoid direct communication, they can do the same. They also can be inconsistent with the emotions that they express with you. Like they can really have a deep conversation with you on Monday and then Tuesday, nothing deep. See? So where it's like you get hooked onto that whole what we was talking about Monday and it was a good conversation because it was deep. But don't think that's an everyday thing because if you act different other than Monday, a Pisces gonna know that you acting different. See, I can't trust talking to you in a deep moment, a deep way like that. Nope, because you did something different, and people forget that. Another thing is, a Pisces can, like I say, overgive and then feel the resentment. They can play calm while they're upset. They can assume without acting, and they can withdraw instead of resolving the situation. Now, the truth of the matter is this: the illusions that come from Pisces, it usually is a core pattern that exists. Okay, now a Pisces feels everything on 10. They feel everything deeply, but here's the problem: the Pisces, they don't say it. They don't say it clearly as they feel it. See, so they end up acting indirectly, and then they expect understanding. So then they end up, the whole outcome is they get disappointed. See, we call this one thing led to another. And then people get frustrated when a Pisces does this. See, because it's like they look at a situation to go the same way as it goes with other people. And it's different with Pisces because we're complex, okay? We don't like to because people can change from the first thing we say. Soon as we feel something, the person could do something different. See? In just that quick. It's like, damn, I shouldn't even have said what I was feeling because now this person is switching up. That's why I said a person would fix themselves. They will reset. They will reposition themselves once they realize that you're on to them. See, they don't want you to know they're going to switch up. Now, like I say, if you are the type of person that, like I say, if you're not a Pisces, this applies to you too. Like I say, it's not just Pisces, it's everybody who draws illusions. But if you really want to have a reality check for yourself, internalize more. See, feel from within. Okay. Communicate less directly. That way, the more you explain, the more it almost like you end up making it worse. See, so you just want to make sure you communicate less, internalize more, and operate over you want to operate on what you feel over clarity, okay? Because here's the thing: those patterns of which I mentioned, they just become visible if you don't work on them. Like it's some people that eventually, once you're on to somebody, they will start to reveal more and more, and it's almost like you see it coming as soon as you start talking to that person. But that's why I say, like, um you got to say what you feel earlier on. Now, I agree with some of you. It's not good to always stay silent, but it's better to say less than to explain more, if that makes sense. Because if you over explain, it's gonna sound like you're trying to convince someone, if that makes sense. Um, don't expect a whole mind reading situation, all right? Because when you assume that somebody knows what you're saying, that's what you're doing. See, so you want to you want to match actions with reality, not potential. So that way you don't get into those situations that are unrealistic. Okay. Now I wanted to talk about something else. Now it was something else that I want to talk about. Let me see here. It was a whole different thing that I was discussing. Um, oh, I get it. Okay, okay. Now there's a lot of people that okay. Now I'm gonna tell y'all briefly. I know we kind of went over this, but like I was gonna talk about like why do people hate Pisces? Okay. Um, now I know hate is like a strong word to use, but like I say, we know that to be a whole wait, let me see situation. Let me see something, you guys. I just wrote um okay. Now I know what I was gonna talk about. My fault, y'all. Now somebody asked me a question about Aquarius, okay? Somebody said would a Aquarius take advantage of a Pisces? See, now it depends, okay? You can't, you gotta be careful. Like, if you tell an Aquarius, like, oh, I'm just doing this out of the kindness of my heart, be careful with that. See, because anything you offer, the Aquarius gonna hold you to it, which is, usually common sense. But there's a thing from a person just literally taking advantage of you. Now that's a different story, okay? Now, Aquarius, like I say, they're not malicious. They're not always malicious. But here's the thing. If you don't set limits with anybody, you're gonna get taken advantage of. You have to set limits. You cannot just assume that somebody that okay, put it like this. You can't assume that somebody is going to, just respect it. Like no one's just gonna respect the fact if you don't set limits, bro, anything gonna walk all over. Damn spider will walk all over you. It's just like, you want to set limits. And if you offer and you keep giving someone something with no type of like, oh, I need something in return, or you make it clear, definitely Aquarius will take advantage. Okay. But here's the thing, Aquarius sometimes can wait before they take advantage. Like in the beginning, because I'm gonna tell you, it's a reason why Aquarius like to like keep, friends first. Just keep everything light. They don't really like the whole, a person coming on strong. They like to do things like kind of slow and steady. But I'm telling you, as soon as you start to get knee deep and you keep over giving and you keep, doing these things, Aquarius can be emotionally immature in a sense to where they're not gonna. You might think that they're gonna appreciate it, but no, they will learn you as you condition them on how to treat you. This is dangerous, and this is why I recommend, even if that Aquarius is sweet as pie, even if she talks like a baby, but she's 30 years old and she's nice, and if you train her to, man, listen, if you train her to treat you in such a way and you think it's by being nice and overgiving and yeah, she's going to hurt you, bro. Telling you now, she's going to hurt you. And why I use that word is because the dynamic changes. It goes from normal to just out of control, because what it is that she she's not emotional. She's not a Pisces woman. She's not a Scorpio woman. She's not a Cancer woman. So as soon as she feels something, she's not gonna side with, oh, I feel sorry for him, or oh, he's doing all this for free, or whoop de woo. No. She starts to go from please and thank you to telling you what to do. See, you can't get mad because you just basically set it up that way. Because she will hold you to this. You volunteered. If you offer to do something, let's say you offer to do, some housework for her. You basically tell her like, hey, I'll come over, do your, cut the grass, free of charge. Now I know nobody would literally do this, but what I'm saying is like if you do, you're setting yourself up, see, to be treated a certain way. Um, and then the whole thing is she probably would lose respect for you because you avoid speaking up for yourself. You didn't really, give yourself any value by, saying, hey, I'll do the front lawn and the backyard, whatever for this price. You got to make all of that clear. See, because one thing about an Aquarius, they will lean into what benefits them. So if you say something that this is the reason why I'm saying this is because people look at Aquarius as being, ultra friendly, which they can be, but just know that that friendliness is only for a certain time. Don't get addicted to thinking that, oh yeah, she's sweet as pie and yeah, nothing, she's not gonna do this or think this because the way she, you like the way she speaks to you. And the thing about it, as long as you keep helping, supporting, and doing favors, and you say absolutely nothing, then what do you think the Aquarius is gonna do? Both men and women, what they're gonna keep accepting. See, and then the Pisces, you're gonna feel drained, unappreciated, and then Aquarius becomes confused when the Pisces pulls away because you offer. So that's the thing why I say if you give kindness without clarity, then some people, including Aquarius, they're going to treat it like a system. See, they're going to treat it like a system, not a sacrifice. So you gotta don't even come off that way. I know sometimes people do that to be like they try to be like they think that that's going to win a customer. Or they think that's going to win like a deal, being that way, but it doesn't. It actually ends up backfiring. So, and it's not because the Aquarius is evil. It's not that. It's because they're not giving you that same emotional frequency. If that makes sense. And sometimes I like, including myself, I used to I used to think everybody was like me, bro. I used to think everybody had the same type of like emotional frequency. And no, like you can't think that people are gonna do things like you do it. So if you show love or you give and it's you know, above and beyond, you can't expect other people to do the same or have that same type of vibe or energy or emotional frequency. But here's the thing. If you don't say no, that's what the Aquarius is gonna think. Oh, you didn't say no. If you offered, the Aquarius is gonna say, "Oh, he offered, she offered," right? It's gonna be like to Aquarius is gonna be like, "Oh, if it was a problem, then he would have told me," and then all of a sudden, that's how this dynamic ends up, changing and working anyway. So that's why I say Aquarius will just respect the whole directness if you just allow it and just do that. Because if you have unspoken feelings, she doesn't even communicate or respond in such a way, if that makes sense. Now, when a Pisces, here's the deal. And it's just happened. That's why I'm explaining this in such a way. Because when a Pisces gives unspokenly, like let's say you do something, but you don't expect the person to just like take advantage. You think like, oh, I'm gonna like give something, and then you give this whole you you have this whole expectation, but it's like an unspoken appreciation, in other words. But then it's like some sort of way you want it reciprocated in such a way, but you hope the other person will feel your efforts. It's like you want them to be like, yo, you're doing such a good job, or yeah, I let me give you a little something for doing this for me. You're looking for that, but don't do that because you're setting yourself up to get hurt, bro. And then you end up or let's say you're drained, you're tired, and you offer to do more work, then this is the problem. You're like, yo, you want hey, you want drywall, or you want this, and you basically offer to do all these extra things, but you just literally wiped. You don't have the energy to actually keep your word. And instead of you bolting and disappearing or pulling the classic Pisces escape maneuver, it's better for you not to even like take on all this without being like, um just compensated for what your efforts, your work, because a Pisces can avoid just simply saying, "Oh, this is too much for me." See, because they want to keep their word, and they did this out of the kindness of their heart, and then all of a sudden, those silent expectations, they end up being visible disappointments for you. See that? So only reason I say this is not to bash Pisces, because like I say, even myself have fallen victim to like being too nice. And now that my awareness is up, now I know that going into a situation requires value. See, okay, I can shovel your front yard, your front of your house to your back, or whatever. There's snowfall, and cut the grass, but hey, I need such and such for it. See, now that way, whatever, or let's say how long it takes me to do it, I'm not complaining. I'm not gonna be, trying to get out of it. Now I'm not gonna be trying to get out of this situation. It's just like, okay, boom. So what am I saying here? I know I've been yapping, but to avoid being taken advantage of, Pisces, I recommend that you say everything up front. Even give yourself time, bro. And I feel like a lot of Pisces think that they have to do the work as soon as they agree. No, be realistic. You know that, hey, you got to do, take the kids to school, all these other things. Tell the person, hey, I can hey, I could do your yard work, but hey, hey, it'll be done Friday. It's Monday. Okay, I'll start on it tomorrow. Then I'll come back. Whatever I don't finish, I'll continue on such and such, such and such. Put it in writing, and let the person know ahead of time, because I know as Pisces, we agree and everything sounds good. And then we don't make time for ourselves and give ourselves any type of like break. We're bound, wishy-washy, disappearing acts. Oh, he started, but damn, he ain't came back. He did the front such and such, and then all his tools are here, and he just never came back. Cause somewhere he got overwhelmed, or she got overwhelmed, and didn't just avoided the whole communication of, hey, I'm tired, I'm drained, I'm whatever. Got to take the kids to school. And so that's what ends up happening sometimes. A Pisces gets overwhelmed emotionally, that they just, it's like they get choked up with everything that they promised the other person, that now they can't carry it out because they're drained. So that's why I say it up front. Say, hey, I can help this time, but not always. See, I can give you a ride tonight, but not it's not gonna be every day. See, that way you're not like, people are not expecting you to do something every day. In other words, also, here's a big one. Do not overgive early. Like, you might feel the need to, because you feel bad, or you're using empathy too soon, and you're actually uh let's say you just want to help that person so bad to where you overdo it. So how to combat this is just set the tone from the start. See, and know that even if you give a little, it's still a lot. See, because hey, where else? Don't see. Sometimes you overgive because you think you didn't give enough, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, just set the tone. Hey, I don't have much, but hey, here's this. Boom, and that saves you, protects you. Gonna feel better, because it's like you established and just said it what it was. Like, yo, boom. Watch your actions, not the potential of a situation. As I mentioned with Aquarius, Aquarius will show respect through consistency, not emotions. So as long as you stay consistent, then that'll keep you from getting taken advantage of, or an Aquarius reading you wrong about the situation. Also, you want to pull back before a resentment builds up in the first place, not after. So if you feel like you're starting to get upset where you feel like you're going to snap, pull back, bro. You know, even if you have to give the person some of their money back. Hey, I'm unfortunately my hands are full unless you're willing to wait. But hey, I'm probably not gonna finish, or not probably, but I'm not gonna be able to finish by Friday. So, I'll give you your, such and such back. I apologize. End of story. Because sometimes when you Pisces, I know I've been there. I had a time when I snapped, bro, because I got like I felt stuck and I couldn't communicate good and I snapped. See? And to prevent that from happening, pull back. See? And another thing is to when it comes to you basically reciprocating or somebody giving something back, okay? In other words, you want to test it directly, okay? Because if you want to know if somebody is willing, I'm gonna give you the best test to use to know whether or not someone will reciprocate. And this is so easy. Ask somebody for something small and then observe what they do. Just be like, I'm gonna tell you, as a person that has so much pride, bro, I used to have so much pride, I would never ask somebody for something, right? I'm not like that no more. I'm very, very humble because I'm aware now, right? It's nothing wrong with asking people for anything. It's not nothing wrong. You're not a bum. You're not none of this. Just get that out of your head. And today, I asked somebody for something small. Something small. I said, yo, would you, like, I went to Aldi's, and Aldi's, if you guys have one in your state, you got to get a quarter to use their carts. It's just a stupid idea, whatever, right? So I didn't have a quarter. And I said, ma'am, would you happen to have a quarter? She said, no, 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 no. I said, okay, all right. Went to somebody else. Hey, excuse me, would you happen to have a quarter? Because I didn't want to go all the way to the damn car in the parking lot to just be looking around for a damn quarter. So I'm like, I'm going to ask somebody for a damn quarter. I know somebody in this store has a damn quarter. And then sure enough, I asked this lady, I said, yo, do you have a quarter? She said, oh, yeah, sure. Boom. I'm like, see, ask and you shall find. See that? So ask, man. And the thing is, when you ask somebody for something small and they give you an attitude over $1, bro, now you know this is not the one to be doing grass work for. Hmm. So if you have a set price on your services, start off with that test that I'm telling you about. Hey, you wouldn't happen to have $1? And then all of a sudden the person is like, oh, sure, sure, sure. Yeah, 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 yeah. And they're nice about it. Then that's somebody you could potentially do work for. See that? Because you don't want the clients or somebody that's like, or a friend. You ask your friend, hey, Billy Bob, hey, you wouldn't happen to have a few such and such for me to get a pop from the store? And then they're like, man, no, man. I ain't got no money, man. I don't give no. Hey, man, I don't got it. And they say it with an attitude. Now you know now you know where you stand with that. See that? It's like you get that attitude and they ask you for stuff or they expect you to do. Nope. See? Now you protect yourself from that negative shit to where if you don't want to deal with it. Now, another thing is that Aquarius, they don't usually exploit kindness, okay, intentionally, but they won't automatically protect it either, if that makes sense. So, Pisces, you have to define the value of what you give, okay? or else you end up risk being treated, like I say, like you be risk being treated, excuse me, like it has no value. Okay, so that's why I always say like the whole dynamic is different, but it's based off of you. You have to have your own natural way to do it to where do everything of which I mentioned. In other words, it's the right way. Now, um, so as I mentioned, those 7 layers. Okay, as Pisces, it's not like a fixed number of illusions, but like I say, Pisces can create layers of illusions, in other words. So it's not like just one or two. But as I mentioned, the different layers, you got self-illusion, you have uh projection illusion, potential illusions, emotional masking, you have spiritual moral illusions, you have victor savior illusions, you have escape illusions. Okay, so if a Pisces was to use an escape illusion, they can retreat into fantasy, distractions, or detachments, but mentally leave before physically leaving, if that makes sense. Mentally leaving before physically leaving. It's cold-blooded. So that's how you know if a Pisces ghosts you before they move their shit out of the house that you guys live in together, that means they've already emotionally checked out first. It's cold blooded, bro. You can't get mad, bro. It's like that's the thing. Like you think that the Pisces is going to like get all their stuff physically. No, just know anything that was left behind, the Pisces doesn't want it. It's cold blooded. They probably like, yo, I didn't have room in my truck anyway. I didn't want to take that old ass fish tank and that pool table that I never used. Hey, she could find out. Hey, she could take it to the dump since she wants to dump me. Yeah, because you know what? That's a good idea. So that's why I say like you got to know how Pisces is like literally 10 steps ahead when they do stuff. It's like you're just now you just now seeing like the fact that oh they're gone, but you think they're coming back and they're already done. It's like you wonder why they're because you're looking for a pattern when the pattern is the illusion. See, and it's like you don't understand that if a Pisces mentally checks out first, it's like a hotel. It's like they've already mentally checked out, so they're already done. They're not coming back. But you thought that you guys would get back together. They'll come back and get the TV they left or something. But Pisces are usually like they'll leave stuff that they don't want. See, but they just didn't tell you they didn't want it. If that makes sense. That's why I say it's always two. It's the duality is two fish, bro. So the one fish mentally checks out, the other fish physically checks out. You got the mental, which is the spiritual, connected to the spiritual world. Then you have the physical. See, you have the physical, and that is like the Pisces and that's physically present is one fish. Then the other fish is what you can't see. And that fish, like I say, mentally checks out. Boom, done. Physically, done. But like I say, you just don't see two things happening at once, if that makes sense. So that's why a Pisces can literally, like for instance, when it comes to the victim savior illusion. So a Pisces can switch between, oh, I'll save you. But then at the same time, they'll ask themselves, well, wait a minute, why me? So it's like, wait a minute, you just said you were gonna save him, but now you're on a diving board, or hey, could you imagine, bro? Like a Pisces, like, yo, let me save him. Let me get running, feet kicking and everything. And they're like, yo, I'm gonna save him. And then they stop and think for 1 second, wait a minute, why me? Why should I save him? I'm not doing it. And they leave. Like, yo, bro, I thought you was gonna save him. But I don't. Why do I gotta save him? And now everybody's confused. It's like, bro, you were gonna save him. Now you change your damn mind mid-sentence. You're like, you just did two different things. See that? That's the thing with Pisces. They're two different fish, bro. That it's never gonna be the ordinary. It's never gonna be the same. See, you're wired to think that everything is the same, bro. You're not wired to think on a scale to say, damn, everything is an illusion. See? And the Pisces ain't gonna tell you that, bro. That's the thing. So you never get them. You never fully understand where they're coming from, what they're saying, because it's not meant for you to understand it. You have to get to know the Pisces themselves to get to know both fish, bro. See? Because a Pisces can literally be this. What this is how John Wayne Gacy was, bro. He had the fish you couldn't see was the damn killer, bro. And then his physical self. So if he did something physically, he's mentally telling himself he's innocent. Bro, two different, that's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. Two different fish. So, listen, it could be your alter ego. It could be, you don't know. But the thing about it is saying something and then thinking totally different. It's like, yeah, I want to marry her. But then why should I? Hey, I'm gonna do some shorts about to really prove this, bro. Cause I know a lot of people. I'm like, nah, man. But that's how it is, bro. A Pisces be like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna go over her house and spend the night. A Pisces literally packs their bags, goes over there for the night, only to leave and say, nah, I'm not sleeping over there. I don't. It's too dark, or hey, the heat's too hot. I know a Pisces. Listen, Pisces are so funny, bro, because they'll literally it be cracking me up, bro. It's like they'll find a way if they get one feeling that hey overrides the rest of the shit. They're like, yo, yeah, I'm really feeling her, but I'm not feeling this damn heat. I'm going home. Yo, I'm gonna save you, but hey, why me? Why do I gotta save you? Why can't it be her? Why can't she do it? Why your cousin Andre can't come get you? Yeah, I see you. Hey man, I'll be right there. Hey man, I'll be right there, man. Give me a minute. Only knowing your ass ain't finna show up, bro. But yeah, another thing. So a Pisces can draw the whole spiritual moral illusion. So here they could convince themselves that suffering has a higher meaning, and then they could be like, yo, this pain is part of something bigger. Like, how you gonna say, bro? Like it say, oh, I can't handle it. But yeah, the meaning is like the pain is part of something bigger. Like, oh, nah. Like you can't. That's the thing. That's why I always say a Pisces, you be thinking you can handle something, and then soon as you start it, you be trying to get out of it. Like, yo, I seen this happen. This shit was so funny. A Pisces was like literally offered to do something, and then when he got to see what it was really like, he started trying to get somebody else to do it. Like, yo, you wanna like, yo, no, bro, you done signed up for it. Now you gotta do it, bro. It's like, nah. But that's one thing. And then another thing is this. A Pisces can draw the emotional masking illusion. So here, a Pisces can hide their true feelings behind calmness or silence, but then they can appear unbothered while feeling everything. So it's like, imagine you know it, bro. Imagine you feeling everything in the room, bro, and you feel extremely uncomfortable. Then a Pisces can act like they're unbothered. Their whole behavior can be like, oh, I'm not affected by anything that I'm feeling, but they're really hiding the true mere fact behind the calmness and the whole silence in itself. So nobody knows but them. And you wonder why they're the first to leave. The first to leave, like, yo, I gotta get out of here. Like, yo, where you going? Oh man, I just need a breath of fresh air. No, you don't. You're simply trying to escape, buddy. Now, a potential illusion that a Pisces can set is they can fall in love with someone, um, or they can fall in love with somebody could be. So this is the thing. Most oftentimes, a Pisces can fall in love with the potential. A Pisces might know you're no good, right? But they can fall in love with the fantasy of you basically being potentially changing. So it's like, oh, I know you ain't shit, right? So I'm gonna marry you just because the potential of you actually changing, that might be something worthwhile, but it's not realistic, right? So here's the thing. So then the Pisces can stay in a situation based on the future fantasy, and then what, 10 years later, they could just fucking divorce you. They could divorce you, bro. You'd be like, yo, why the hell did you get with it? You knew this motherfucker wasn't the damn good one. Then you sat up there and married him anyway. Like, damn, you divorced him 10 years later. You knew that motherfucker was gonna be. Hey, man, hey, it's like crazy because, like, us Pisces, we live in a world of our own, if it makes sense. It's like certain things is like, that's why I say a person looks down, they realize there's no, like, look, put it like this. A Pisces can literally look down and see there's nothing there that's holding them there. It's like anything can change, bro. A Pisces is like, they can literally make a platform, take it away, just on how they think about things. Like, oh, could you imagine having a girlfriend? Hey, a Pisces would be like, yo, I want a girlfriend right now. And then next thing you know, a Pisces can draw the illusion. And then, like, yo, man, is that your girlfriend, bro? He'd be like, yeah, that's my girlfriend. She just split in half. She's my girl, but she's my friend at the same time. It's a difference here, buddy. Wait a minute. No, you can't do that. It's not reality. But yeah, you know what? I'm not funny, bro. Hey, like, comment, share, subscribe, y'all. Thanks for watching. I love y'all. Catch y'all tomorrow. Peace out.